Hey people, it's Ultra Prime 2 here. We're doing an intro. I'm not really sure why we need to do an intro, considering that you guys already know who each of us are. Do you guys think we need to still do this?
Well, maybe some people
I
don't
can
know
make it
us.
funny.
Okay, let's make it funny.
I don't know. We
Uh,
just introduce ourselves with funny, like titles. Like I am Flustrik Wrath. Omne is, still gay to play.
right.
Oh God.
I think that should be his hashtag on Twitter.
No, my new hashtag is New Year, New Me. On
Ew.
account of it's the new year.
Bringing back the meme.
God, nobody wants that meme.
Wait, yeah, no, I like.
Okay, I am the very weirdly voiced Care Bear, and Kuro, you can go ahead next.
I don't know. Manhole Koro.
I
Whatever
liked
you
it
like.
when he was Australian sexual thunder.
Australian wasn't part of it, I'm pretty sure.
No,
Yeah, what
but
was
I
it? Yeah,
needed
I
his.
don't
It was
even
just
remember that
Sexual
anymore.
Thunder.
Yeah, I know, but I
Sexual
needed the
Thunder.
Australian sexual thunder
You
love.
need to let everyone know he's down under.
Oh God.
You know it's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. All right. So let's just get on to what the purpose is. This is the podcast reunion, people. We have zero plan for this. We're actually just winging it as we go along. There's no set order of things like there was for the regular podcast or for the final podcast in 2014. So if we screw up at any given point in time, yeah, we're sorry, but it's gonna happen. So deal with it.
It's not
Uh,
like the itineraries ever worked anyway.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, we generally deviate from it quite a bit. I wonder if I have that old file. No, fuck, we don't need to look at that. Umne, tell
It's
us what you've
been
been
more
doing
than
this
a
year.
year.
What?
Oh my God, I can't believe it's been more than a year
More than a year for what?
since the
Since the
last
end of
podcast.
Yeah, it was in November something 2014 since the last
That's
one.
so weird. And if you ask me what I've been up to, I
Well,
don't even
aside
know how
from
to
Rye.
answer that. Oh wow.
that's what he's been
Okay.
up in.
No, guys. I don't know. I've just been doing work, school work and working on myself. That's
He's
all.
been doing homework. Get it, Rat?
Yeah, Rally's homework.
I don't understand these jokes.
Have you
Relly
never
will understand it,
Snapchatted
okay?
him?
He'll explain it to you later.
Oh,
Just
I do have him on Snapchat, but I mean, I don't really know what else they're up to, really.
yeah. To be honest, Relly's most common Snapchat is his hair anyways, unlike yours.
And it actually,
Yeah,
the bad part is, it looks pretty good.
it
Not
It's
gonna
is.
lie.
okay, I guess. It's not amazing.
Misk's
I
hair
mean,
looks way better, though, I have to say. Misk hasn't beat.
how
You've
do you
seen
know
Mist's
how it
hair?
looks like?
What do you mean, how do I know what Misk's hair looks like? I've obviously seen a picture of Misk.
When?
That
He
was
said he was never
What?
going to do that.
I saw
I
his
didn't see a
child
picture.
I,
photo.
Just sent him a drawing, a self-drawing of
I,
himself.
I've seen quite a few pictures of him. I've heard his voice. I know his name. It's not,
Yeah, no, what? It's not
yeah,
what you think it is?
no, I literally just, like, no, I
His
just
name is
know
not
just
Mr.
about
Strange?
no, it's not.
What's
Oh,
wrong
it's
with
a
you?
fucking surprise.
No, oh
No,
my God. Oh, I haven't seen a new photo of him. I saw his child photo.
everyone's seen
Why
his
did
child photo. I'm looking at it right now.
why
Yeah.
did you see his child photo?
Because he put
No,
it
he,
as
it,
his display picture.
it is. It's his profile picture. It's him in a little go-kart thingy.
That's him?
Yeah, that's
Jeez,
Yeah.
him as a kid.
I
He's
thought
from
that was like
Rome.
his nephew or something. Fuck.
Oh, that's him
No.
from like 1999 or something.
Shit.
Such a baller.
Let me see.
Wait, 1999? Oh God.
Yeah, he was
Oh
swagging back
yeah.
then.
Oh, damn, miss. Dude, this guy could look like a really high roller in the future.
You mean now?
I meant in the future.
Yeah, but it's kind of the
Let him
future now.
graduate, Umne, okay? Let him graduate, then you can try hitting on him.
How old
Wait,
is
who?
he?
Misk is 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let him graduate.
Yeah, let him graduate college, man.
Okay?
He's
Then you can
busy.
start man-whoring around him.
I graduated at 21.
You live in a different country.
No, even can't. Okay.
What?
Well, yeah, he lives in Slovakia. You live in,
Dubai.
United Arab. Yeah, you live in that
Yeah, but I
area. So
graduated in Canada.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, they kicked you out, right?
Yeah, totally. They kicked me out, so I ran off to the fucking Middle East.
Exactly. I mean,
No,
that's
that's
exactly.
not what happened.
Yes, it is. That's exactly what happened.
No.
Isn't that the backstory for one of the dudes in the Fast and the Furious too?
Oh, you know what? I've never watched the old movies. I'm
Yes.
just that Paul Walker's dead.
Oh, right. You've only watched the ones with The Rock, right?
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
What?
Speaking of The Rock,
What about
isn't
him?
he up to like some new movies coming up? Like
Yeah.
with Kevin Hart. Oh, I have to watch
I don't
it.
know what
What's
Kevin
the
Hart,
big
but did you guys
cast
know
in
that
the-
he's going to play Black Adam in a movie about Shazam?
Yeah, I was about to say it was cast as one of the DC or Marvel superheroes.
It's DC. Black
Yeah,
Adam is
yeah, Black
basically this
Adam.
like ancient Egyptian like
Shazam!
magician type, and he battles Shazam. And I think
He
I don't
also,
know.
he also took on Superman at some point because like the whole magic thing.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing because Shazam is considered to be one of those heroes who could theoretically beat Superman because of his powers are based on magic.
Like he is Superman. He's just a magic equivalent of Superman. Well,
Yeah, well,
Superman's
he doesn't have like the heat vision powers. He has a few like magical powers like thunderbolts and stuff.
lightning.
Yeah, the lightning. That's how
Shazam,
he.
use thunderbolts.
That's how he. Yeah, and that's how he transforms. He calls down. He shouts Shazam, and the thunder comes down. The lightning comes down and hits him, and he becomes this gigantic, muscular man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he actually took out Superman like that in there was an animated film a while ago where it's Batman and Superman and they're like on the run from like all the heroes.
Oh yeah, it's like Superman, Batman,
Yeah.
Public Enemies or something. Yeah, it was one of the DC movies released straight to video.
Yeah,
I think there's
no,
even
he
an
didn't
episode
get-
of Justice League where Superman and Shazam fought each other.
Yeah. Oh no, he caught on Batman off guard because he went back to kid form. And he's like, oh no, I'm injured. Haha, Shazam! Boom. Killed him. Well, he didn't actually.
Wait, was it Superman he took out or Batman he took out like that?
I think he took out Batman. Like preyed on Batman's weakness for kids.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Batman was like coming over like, oh, you okay? You okay? Nope. Thunderbolt.
Mm.
But that's a really cool
That's
movie.
pretty
Actually.
smart, actually.
Yeah,
Not gonna
I
lie.
like that Shazam. Like when you see Shazam, the superhero, he's just the Olympian hero kind of thing.
Right,
But he's
he's-
actually he's just an orphan, isn't he? Like a
He's
kid.
not. He was like adopted. He was an orphan, then he was like adopted. There's actually a new origin story for him now. It's like
Is that
he's,
true?
he was like adopted into like a family of 6.
No, yeah, that's the thing. There's two Shazams, or like two incarnations, where one is just a single kid, and another one where it's all 7 kids, and they all have to shout it in unison and shit.
Well,
Become the
I
one
think
person.
but the 7 kids that was just like a temporary thing, right?
I'm not too sure. Like, I'm not familiar with DC. I'm definitely more Marvel than DC.
Okay, that's fair
But
enough.
I'm just going by what I've seen in animated.
I'm pretty sure
films
that's going to
and
be the
Justice
origin
League.
for the movie, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is his power.
Oh.
The Olympians, the what's it called? Fuck. It's like the wisdom of Solomon for S,
Yeah.
the strength of Hercules for Agents. It goes on. But yeah,
Yeah,
that should actually be
so-
an interesting movie, and I think The Rock, he's actually a really good casting choice for Black Adam because he's already got the physique, so they wouldn't
Yeah.
really have to do too much editing for him, and then you could actually get a really good fight. You guys saw Fast 5, right? When he fought Vin Diesel.
No, I've not seen any of the Fast movies, but
Right.
I know The Rock. Like everyone, like some people like to make fun of The Rock because he's a wrestler turned actor. But
Yeah.
the movies I have seen him in, he's actually pretty good.
He
He's
is good, I
entertaining.
think.
He's really entertaining to watch.
Well,
That
he's
role
pretty
in
he's
Fast
amazing.
and Furious, that was actually written for him, so it would automatically be something that he could do well.
He's just good at everything.
Shut up, Ume.
But when you guys said Shazam, I thought you guys were talking about the phone app. I'm like, there's a movie about that, and then you guys
Oh
started
my
saying
God.
Marvel. I'm like,
There's
oh,
a movie,
okay.
phone app, and it's amazing. Lionsgate, they're producing. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's about $200 million budget for a movie about a phone app that costs 99 cents to download.
Yeah, it's right
They
up there
make
with 20th
movies for
Century
the
Fox
weirdest
presents
things
Snapchat.
nowadays.
Yeah, and they had to, get the, they had to get The Rock because, without celebrity power, this movie about a phone app wouldn't work.
I remember
You just
Rooster Teeth.
described Hollywood.
Shut up.
I remember Rooster Teeth did a like a fake trailer for like an Angry Birds movie, and I think there was also a Siri one where Siri became like a horror. Like Siri
I
was
think
going
I
around
might have seen
people
that
and shit.
on Twitter or YouTube.
Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty funny to see them realized.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a real movie.
Pretty sure Angry Birds has movies actually, like animated movies.
No, they are making an animated movie. It's like CGI'd. I don't know who's making it, though.
I'm thinking straight to DVD though, like going down to a retailer and seeing it on those stands. Maybe I don't know. I'm gonna see.
Would it
Angry
work?
Birds movie.
Would it work as a theatrical release?
Oh shit! You are the first result is just the angry red bird. Oh god, they're actually doing a CGI.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
okay,
right,
whatever.
that's a thing. Holy shit!
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch this.
Okay, let's move on to a question. So, we got a few questions over the course of the last 2 months. Right, so, again, we apologize for the delay because life, basically.
Yeah.
Do I have to
basically.
apologize for having a life?
I mean, not really.
No, okay, well, anybody who's...
I'm used to apologizing after really long waits, so
Oh.
we're good.
Okay, the first question is gonna come from Nosebleeds. Nosebleeds is wondering, has anything gone on in the wiki since he went absent? He wants us to help him catch up.
Well, I can't really answer that because I've gone AFK as well.
Yeah, well,
so...
you got your streaming thing, so you got an excuse.
Basically, Mega's not an admin. I replaced him.
I think he was there for that.
And then, no, he wasn't.
Are you sure?
But Mega, he did find out about it. But that's basically what happened. Is Mega quit, and then I got promoted, and then Misk and Carrot switched.
And is there anything else?
And then we demoted Choco. Raven quit.
Well, Choco quit too, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, and no.
Complicated.
All right, complicated. It's complicated. It's his relationship status on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I think you got basically the idea. Nosebleeds.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, there was some construction work going on, and now the train is coming.
He makes us
construction
return.
work,
He's
like,
not as loud as he used to be.
Let me see this thing.
Why did you jinx it? It's gonna get louder.
No, it's not. It's actually just one car.
Oh, okay.
Just one.
No, it's like this. The front of the train is only dragging like one freight car. It's not even like a passenger train. The passenger trains are loud as fuck. For those who don't know, I take the train to work now, so it's pretty damn loud.
I have no idea what's happening in this trailer for Angry Birds. I'm watching it muted just so I can hear you guys.
Is it the one you?
The one I linked. He's currently looking at a sign that says "Welcome to Angry Birds." So I can only assume he's like going to therapy or something. Let's get over the anger. Angry Birds Anonymous.
What's with this music?
Is that music playing? I don't know. Like I said, I'm
it's
muted.
like a love song between these two Angry Birds.
Oh right, yeah. At the very start, he's like flirting with some bird. Or he thinks he's flirting with some birds, but they're actually flirting with a bird behind. It's nothing like the game. Let's put it that way. I mean, there's birds, and the pigs turn up halfway through, and then he goes to therapy.
I feel like this is just a marketing ploy. This doesn't even seem interesting, I'm not gonna lie.
What isn't a marketing ploy anymore? It's just capitalizing on something that's otherwise interesting but has no other grip.
Okay, let's say the mainstream stuff is marketing ploys. But at least some of it makes more sense. This just seems weird.
I don't know, maybe they're moving to like try and start as a franchise, other than just being a mobile game. Like, oh, let's actually have characters and story. They're all from a tropical island or something. I don't know. It's weird.
Okay, actually, I've never played Angry Birds.
I have.
Just went to a Clash of Clans movie.
I
Mr. T
basically
character.
got 3 stars on every single level in the entire game.
You know what? I've never even. The only game I'm even playing right now is League, and I'm not even doing that as much anymore because I don't have the time for it.
Dude, I see you posting that on Twitter all the time. You play enough.
What?
You're always posting screenshots and stuff of your final results and things.
I'm only posting the results of the games where I don't die. Okay, I'm not gonna post a game where I went like 1, 4, and 6. Okay, that's just gonna make me look like shit. I mean, it's not that I'm not. I mean, my win rate is like 50%, but still. So, and that too. I don't know. I haven't played that much.
I really want to get back
last
into the
weekend.
league. I want to get back into the league.
Yeah, you bought that Jinx skin recently, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I did. I bought the skin, and I just never did anything.
But okay, well, if you're ever gonna stream for your stream, let me know and I'll join you or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll play on your side.
Help me.
I think I have to, cause we'll set up some bots. Cause I don't know if you're ready for PvP.
I'm totally fine for PvP. Just not like rank 30 or what's the max rank?
30
or 50.
No, it's 30.
30. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like that's when you can start ranked, and you can't if you gotta. Yeah, well, actually, I think Umne, you know that one, right? Can you tell him how it is?
Tell him what about 30?
Yeah, ranks. Like playing ranked longer than I have.
Just
You play rank matches when you are level 30. Until then, you just play casual 5v5s.
Yeah, I'd probably just stick to casual and play with people in the chat. So I do mostly playthroughs, but I would like to do some just multiplayer games throughout the week.
Well, if you play League, just let me know and I'll get up there with you.
I just have to with that kind of thing, you have to focus on one.
Well, he's playing.
Play them all.
Kurno's account is for North America.
I've got a North American. I've got a Oceania. got 2 accounts.
Actually, I think most of us are playing on North America.
Yeah.
Damn you guys,
I'm.
leaving me all alone in Australia, the land down under.
I don't think Australia has an access. I mean,
What?
server,
No, we don't have a
Yes,
right?
it
server.
does.
Oceania does. Oceania
Oh.
does.
Well,
And that's
it
the
encompasses.
Australasia
Yeah, it
area.
encompasses them. Yeah, but the competitive scene isn't that big though, so give it a few years.
Mm.
I'm not looking to be competitive. I just want to chill and have fun and play with people.
Yeah, that's fair too. That's what I want to do.
So, any more
What's up?
questions?
Yeah, we actually got a fair number. Actually, I begged for most of these last night.
Oh,
I'm actually going to go completely out of order, so yeah. The next questions are going to come from Jesse. Number 1, hope you guys had a great holiday. Here are my questions. What are your 2016 resolutions?
New year, new
Mine
me.
are the same as my 2014 resolutions, which
You never
In
lived
case
up to it,
anyone's
basically, right?
my 202014 resolutions.
Or
Eat
any
pussy,
resolutions
drink
in
whiskey,
general.
hail Satan. No, I lived up to all those.
Okay, I can believe that.
In
actually.
2014, I lived up to all those.
Here's
So
my plan for
2006
resolutions. My plan for resolutions is, since I know I'm never gonna keep the resolutions longer than a month, I'm going to make a new resolution every month, and it'll be the same resolution as the last month. That way, I can keep them going.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, and that's good for goal setting.
Mm-hmm.
Man, did I hail a lot of Satan?
Hail Satan. Yes,
Number 2.
that's New Year's resolution. Increase Satan worship. Spread the word of Lucifer.
Umne?
I honestly don't have any resolutions, even though I'm preaching New Year, New Me.
You're preaching
Yeah,
me,
it's just.
me, aren't you?
Oh, I used to, but
You're not still?
no, because I'm kind of dated. I like the music, but
Whatever you
but
say.
I don't know. Yeah, let's just see where life takes us. That's all I should say.
Okay. Number 2. What do you hope to see during 2016 in Fairy Tail, One Piece, and Bleach?
Okay, I personally kind of stopped reading One Piece for a while.
Oh,
I just,
oh.
I
So did
I don't really like going I don't really like the week to week scene, so I'll wait a while and then I'll binge it all in one go, and then
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
a
know,
good way
see
to
if
do it.
see if it kind of rekindles my interest.
Just read it
Um,
as if you were reading the volumes as they come out.
Yeah.
Just do 10 chapters at a time.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Fairy Tail, I kind of hope for it to kind of start its wind down towards the end in 2016, pretty much.
And the other one was Bleach.
Oh, in Bleach, Shinji's Bankai.
Okay.
I think someone was talking about how it could reverse time. Like, that's a popular fan theory now.
Why is that popular?
Because they people want to see cool shit, and so like, oh, so you can reverse senses. Maybe the next stage is reversing, one of the
The
fifth,
time-space continuum.
Yeah, pretty much. Picking
Wow.
up.
Well, no, that doesn't really make sense.
It doesn't
It's a fun
make
theory,
sense,
though.
but
No, it
it's a
doesn't make
theory.
sense. But people just like the whole reversal concept. It's not a good one.
It's stupid.
I'll actually
The
Shigai.
point
The
isn't
first
that
time
it
I used it was-
reverses anything. The point is that it manipulates,
Yeah.
it messes with your brain. So whatever his Bankai does, it would also mess with your brain, but in a different way,
Right.
an enhanced way. Basically, all Shikai and Bankai, Bankai.
Yeah, like their effects are never too different. They're
Yeah.
still at the same level.
The only one
That's-
that's kind of radically different is Soifon's Bankai, and that basically just went from death in 2 hits to death in 1 hit.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Like the Bankai basically just takes up the power as the thing. It turns hers into a nuke, for example. But her,
No,
she's
Ichigo.
to kill a
Shikai's
single
basically
person
like
with it.
silent killer.
And Ichigo's Bankai has the same ability as his regular Shikai. The ability never changed. It was always Getsuga Tensho.
Yeah, well, Ichigo
Well-
himself has not changed in a very long time. He's not even
Well,
grown.
no, he has Getsuga Jujisho now.
Yeah,
He's
he's
kind
a
of-
complicated case because like, hey, his
Yeah, that's not a big
Bankai and all that
thing.
shit. It's been false this whole time. So now he's got a brand new Zanbaku, which we might see
All
new
the
stuff
plot
from.
holes that Kubo could easily fill, he's just too lazy to fill in.
Pretty much.
Like all his plot holes are easily fillable, but he just doesn't care. Really.
Yeah,
Well,
he's the kind of guy that has cool concepts and like bridging them. He doesn't
Yeah.
really care about.
Yeah, he has just shit execution of everything these days. Yeah. So, for what do I hope to see in 2016? I hope to see Bleach end, for God's sake. Please end that.
That'll never happen. Never.
Bleach will end eventually.
I give it 3-4 years.
One Piece. I don't know if you guys read it, but Oda said on Twitter that we're gonna get like Sanji's backstory, like before
Year of Sanji. I'm excited.
before he was with Zeph. We're gonna get that backstory, so that's gonna be interesting.
That actually does make.
I hope to see during 2016 in Fairy Tail. If I'm convinced that Fairy Tail is going actually been consistently good for a long enough period of time, then I might start reading it again. If it ends this year, then I will start reading it again. But I've completed the Tartarus arc via the anime because I was doing that because Wrath left the magazine, so I took over the magazine thing, the anime article for the 1 month. Rai, if you're listening to this and you still haven't worked on your damn articles, do them now. Okay, we are about 3 days over the limit. Okay. I think I messaged him last night.
And Relly needs to do his cover, too.
No, Relly did the cover.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Good. He must have done that very recently.
No, he did it like 2 days ago at least. Okay, Relly is probably like one of the only guys who actually gets his shit done early. Okay, anyways, yeah, Rai, if you're listening to this, do that. Okay, and yeah, the Tartarus arc ended like shit. That's all I'm gonna say. So if the series ends this year, I'll pick it up again. If it doesn't, then I probably won't.
I could say a lot about Fairy Tail, but I've read the Avatar arc a few times now, and it's not as bad.
I don't know about the Avatar arc. I've only just heard a few things about it, so I'm not gonna make any judgment about it.
Going from week to week, it was pretty terrible. But now that I look at it, kind of like objectively, and kind of where we are now with like sort of like how Natsu's power is being handled at this stage in the game.
Yeah,
I kind of get it.
Okay,
I really do.
Umne?
Okay, well, for One Piece, I don't read it, but, I mean, I want to, but it's getting too big for me to handle right now.
That's what she said.
I may have to just ease into, fuck. Right, well, yeah, I may get in on it soon. And then with, Bleach...
Do you read Bleach?
I used to watch it, and then I gave up because I was too bored.
Okay, well, you can move on to Fairy Tail.
Pretty understandable. The Bleach anime is pretty lackluster.
Up until, like, the end of Soul Society.
Fairy Tail, I mean, I don't know. Reading Tartarus, I was like, I'm constantly going to Wrath. I'm like, did this happen? What happened here? And then watching...
I literally remember everything.
Yeah.
What do you mean Tartarus? You didn't remember it, or you didn't understand it?
Like, both, because I skim it, really. I don't really... Because then I miss, like, some important panels. Or,
it's
like,
true. Whenever he's done reading a controversial chapter, he usually comes to me and asks me to explain it to him.
Okay.
It's like a kid holding a drawing. It's like, do you like it? Or, asking him for verification. And then he gives it to me, and I feel good.
Like you're asking your older brother to correct your homework or something?
Yeah. But,
although I have to say...
It's funny because Wrath is younger than all of us.
Yeah, not really that much. Oh.
Okay, go on.
So, I don't know, for this year, I guess I just hope Juvia gets gray. Whatever, that's all.
I hope Juvia dies. That would be very interesting to watch.
If she dies, it better be so Gray feels bad. So
it'll be a really cool death. I think she'll die and she'll reach out to Gray, and then he'll consider taking her hand. But then he won't. He won't take her hand. He'll just turn around and walk off. That would actually be pretty amusing to watch. I know it wouldn't happen, but it would be interesting to see.
Is it bad that I flashbacked to the chapter when Gray died, and then we were with Une on Tiny Chat?
I remember that.
And now I've got the biggest grin on my face.
Me too.
And
I remember he actually went to Carrot and asked her if the spoiler was fake or something.
I remember that because I think I was on call as well.
It was it was so amusing to watch your hope die.
It's okay. It turns
no
out,
pun intended.
So I guess that's all I have for predictions. And
it wasn't predictions. It was just what you want.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah. Okay, it's not the regular podcast. There's no predictions here.
Thank God.
I'm quite rusty. I wasn't even here for the last podcast. So...
No, we didn't invite you. I'm kidding. 6 people would have been too much.
I can handle 6 people. Everything I say just sounds like an innuendo.
It is an innuendo. You totally intended that.
Well, this
I
part,
feel
yeah,
like
but not earlier.
You did. Come on. Yeah. What's up, Brad?
No,
we'll just everything he says is a setup, and at
Yeah.
this point in time, really, we just roll with it and make it funny, and it's usually at the expense of other people, and I'm
Mostly
okay
him
with that.
and Rai, and Relly if we can get shot in. Okay. So speaking of funny, let's move on to Fai's questions. Number 1, decide on various anime universes you would send wiki people to.
not a good.
That sounds like an extensive answer.
What?
Sounds like an extensive answer.
Let's just choose random people.
It sounds like I
Kuro
have to find all the people I hate.
Wrath can go to the world of Magi.
Whee!
Kuro One Piece.
Hooray!
Rai Attack on Titan. Obviously, I think that's more or less a given.
So he can like get eaten.
Yeah,
So they
something
can
like
have-
that. The Titans can take their sweet time chewing his gigantically fat flesh.
You know, it's just what Attack on Titan needs—a nice gamey black man.
Umne Boku no Pico, obviously, I think.
Can I please go to Sailor Moon, please?
Why?
Because I want to be a guardian of the
Because
stars.
Sailor Juniper is bae.
I won't deny that part, Kuro, but
Ah.
no, you can stick to Boku no Pico. I mean, I think that fits you better anyways, let's be
I
honest.
haven't even watched it.
Actually, I haven't watched it either. Have any of us watched it?
No, we just know the
Yeah,
reputation.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like nobody has watched this anime, but everyone just knows what it's about, so we just make jokes about it. It's like a troll recommendation. Especially back in like 2013 when everybody was posting pictures and people in the comments be like, "Oh, what anime is this from?" and everyone would tell them it's from Boku no Pico. The first episode is really disturbing from what I've heard.
And then they're like, "Oh, cool! I'm gonna go watch that." And then they
just
see two
get
boys
mentally
touch each
scarred.
other, and then it's like, "Oh no!"
Mhm.
It's like the anime version of two girls. It's like,
2 girls, 1 cup.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
You just go in there expecting something, very innocent, and then you can't,
Something
and then
like
you can't go back.
Yeah. So you guys decide on an anime world for me.
This isn't exactly anything like I think of usually. For you, I guess. I don't even know many animes.
I forget what I
I
watch.
don't know the animes. I always take these.
I
kinds
would
of
send
questions way
Kuro
too
to the world
seriously.
of One Punch Man.
One Punch Man. Yeah.
That would be fine too.
I mean, you'd probably die. I mean, people die in the millions every episode.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think One
I
Punch
know,
Man has like the
but-
highest civilian count of any anime I've watched.
Oh,
like,
don't
At
spoil.
least no fucks to give about it as well.
It's not really a spoiler room, Nay.
But I feel like Kuro would be okay with
It's
that.
only
He'd
really
be like, "Oh,
think
cool!
about
I'm
this.
gonna
It's
die
only
with the
really a
man."
spoiler if it affects the series dramatically or comedically. I don't
Um,
think civilian death doesn't really matter in this series.
Yeah, it literally happens like every other episode. It's like, oh, there's a couple hundred there. Oh, the body count's reached 1,000,000. Whatever.
Pretty much.
No, Saitama, you're so silly.
It's not Saitama who's doing it.
Jenna, you're so silly.
I
Well,
mean,
actually,
shut up.
that one
Episode one.
time, and then there was the time with the the meteor.
And
Yeah,
then,
and
no one died. No one died in the media.
What? No, but
Meteor.
their houses got wrecked, so probably a few people might have died when the houses got.
No. It was confirmed. No one died.
Oh, really? I thought somebody would.
There was a lot of
like the debris
structural
fall.
damage, but because he killed like the most
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
momentum.
Right.
I'd like to think that maybe like a meteor, I don't know, fell and hurt a dog or something, and maybe he has to feel bad about it.
People were probably hurt, but no one.
Maybe no one
No
died.
fatalities.
Okay, but then there was the city in the end, right? In the last few episodes.
Well, he didn't do that.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I know
know,
he
that was-
didn't do it, but it happened.
It was last episode, City A may have been wiped off the map, and then
These
The
cities are
post-credit scene.
fucking huge too.
I know, right? And they
But
rebuild
why?
them just as fast. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I discussed this when I first started watching One Punch Man. I talked to Kuro and I said the collateral damage is ridiculous. He goes, "Yeah, I don't know where they get their funding or who would continue to fund this. I don't." Because it's like they take taxpayer dollars to build all this shit, and then it gets leveled, and then where?
No,
why
it's
do
not even-
people
it's not-
still
it's
not even-
here?
It's not even taxpayers. It's donations. The hero organization runs on donations, so the public is literally paying them out of pocket.
Oh my god! Well, their taxpayer dollars are going into like the rebuilding of the infrastructure that gets destroyed, and then all their donations go to the Hero Association. So when do they have time to make money? I don't get it. How, is there any income? at all.
There's got to be
Really.
some income somewhere.
Don't think that world functions very well, no.
Because I don't think working at the Japanese equivalent of a Tesco really kind of
No, it wouldn't.
gives you a good income here.
Okay, so any other wiki people you want to send to an anime universe?
Ultra, you can go to Durarara or whatever it is.
I've never watched that actually. How's it?
I don't know, I'm just looking now. I've only seen a few things about it. I'm like, oh yeah, that would totally suit you. It's I know Misk is absolutely in love with it. I'm pretty sure it's Misk who loves it at least.
Okay.
He does
But,
love it. He was pretty disappointed with the second part of the second season. I
All
think.
right.
Whatever. I'd send Miss to Noragami's universe. He loves that very much.
Where would you guys send Chaos?
Slice of life.
Yeah, something like
Shokugeki no
that.
Soma.
I was actually about
Oh.
to say that. I literally just looked at him like, oh yeah, that would work, but you beat me to it.
I think Chaos would like that.
Um,
Okay. Number 2, do you pronounce the word meme as mimi or meme?
second one.
Me too. Actually, I talked about this last night. She insisted on making this a question. I told her it's the right pronunciation, but no, she won't believe me. I hope she believes the
was a
four of us
word
now.
before it was like an internet thing.
Yeah, I know. It's a scientific term, actually, isn't it?
Is it really?
I thought it was. At least I'm pretty sure it was. Before it was the internet thing, but they've readapted it to the internet. That's why, but it's the pronunciation issue.
A meme is an idea, behavior, or style that spreads from person to person within a culture. So, yeah,
It's
the
a
internet's just like a
socially psychological
form of
term.
that.
There you go.
Interesting.
And I feel a study called memetics. But yeah, people just think of it as exclusively for the internet, but it's just any kind of recurring theme throughout a culture.
Okay. Number 3, would you push a button to get all the anime DVDs and Blu-rays that you want, but you have to watch them with your grandma? And you cannot
Yeah.
stream or download online anything.
That's what I do already, so hey.
You
let's
watch
do
with
it.
your grandma?
I wouldn't mind showing some of the stuff to grandma. It's always nice to spend time
would.
with
Would you show your grandma Fairy Tail?
Yeah, why not?
Fairy Tail is a family-friendly anime.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
of
not.
all ages
No,
in
no,
Japan.
no,
It's
no.
not. What's wrong with
Valkyrie
you?
Drive is not a family-friendly anime.
Valkyrie.
That's not what I was thinking. We were talking
I
about
saw
Fairy
the
Tail.
last episode. What the fuck?
Yeah, tentacle porn.
Yeah, I'm not watching that.
Literal.
Anime. Number 4, how would you throw a party for the Fairy Tail Wiki?
Cheese crackers
Well,
plate? I don't know.
I would go to Slovakia with Misk. We'd get really, really drunk.
He meant for
And
the
then
whole
we-
wiki, dude.
Oh yeah, no. See, what we do is we would
As far as
just
rats
put up
concerned,
signs and
we
write
just-
people's names on them, and then pretend you were all there.
Aww.
Okay,
should
so
think
Wrath
of
is
this.
obviously not invited. Kuro is in charge of the music at our party.
Hey.
Okay, we're having it in a gigantic school auditorium. I don't know why. That's just the first place that comes to mind. Umne is in... Okay, no,
Charge
Umne's...
of the drinks.
No, Umne's not invited at all. And I'm not putting you
Agree.
in charge of the drinks, okay? You would
That's
you would get so fucking hammered, you would start to piss in the pool, okay?
I-
And you're not even gonna be in the pool when you're doing it. You're just gonna be
Never.
pissing on it from the outside.
I don't do that. I
You
mean,
will when you're drunk as hell.
I was near a pool on New Year's.
So, this is a different party, okay?
So he's just warning us not to swim in it. That's all.
I thought this was a school auditorium.
So, yeah, schools have pools too.
Like in the
Usually
auditorium.
right next to the auditoriums.
Yeah, they can be next to too.
My school isn't as fancy. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Whatever. Shit. What do you think Rai would be doing at a party?
Food.
I feel like
Yes,
he'd be
doing the
breaking
food.
stuff, and I feel like he would break everything that's there.
Yeah. He would be the guy who had to be escorted out by the bouncer.
Yes.
Bouncer of which being... Who would be the bouncer?
What type of party is this? We have a bouncer.
Yeah.
Should
It's
you have a
obviously
bouncer?
really
We're
cool
highbrow.
party if we have
Yeah,
a
I think it would
bouncer.
be a good idea to have a bouncer. Who's the bouncer? Who's big on the wiki?
This guy's like bring back
Mario.
Hungry for that.
Well,
Well, he would enjoy that. The chance to kick Rai out of something. He
I
would
think
love
he'd
that.
enjoy the chance to kick anyone out of something, really.
That
Well,
would be
I
the
think
incentive.
Ryan
We're
in
not
particular,
paying you,
though,
but it's
is
a very
kind
good
of
chance
up
to
there
get
for
people
him.
out.
Okay, fine. Hungry was big enough. He can be invited.
Oh, he
He's-
is.
He's quite
He's
fit.
what?
He's quite fit.
Yeah, so he can handle it. Relly can be the one who's in charge of the food. Yeah, and everybody else is invited, I guess. Except for the trolls.
No, they're invited as well, but to a different location.
Oh god, hey, do you guys remember
Like that time we told Meji
I was
about.
just about to say that.
Oh man,
Wrath,
What did
tell
you
the
guys do
story.
to Magi?
we were in a
Is that-
Skype call,
No.
and he wanted to join. So we told him we were in Prime's tiny chat, and he sat there and waited there for like 20 minutes. And
Aww. Poor guy.
no, not poor guy.
It was actually very amusing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, whatever. I haven't
You
seen him in
don't
so
ask
long.
to. You don't really ask to include yourself. You're supposed to wait to be included.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you ask to be included, be sure that you're gonna get misled.
How old is he anyways? I thought he was like 16.
I don't know. Does it matter?
Because he's a
What?
little kid.
Are you gonna hit? Are you gonna hit on him, man?
No,
He's
I'm not
20.
gonna hit on every
He's 20.
20.
He's 20. Yeah, he's actually a couple months older than I am.
Older than you?
It doesn't
Oh.
sound like it.
He doesn't look like it either, but that's the case.
Okay. What song will you dedicate to the following users? Rai, Umne, Chaos, and Tristan. Bonus condition, you have to use at least one Justin Bieber or Taylor Swift song.
Okay, great. I need to see what their song titles are.
I don't really
that
know.
requires us to
I
know their
don't-
songs.
You just have to use
Yeah.
one of them. For the other three, you can have any song at all. I
Justin
think Rai's is
Bieber.
obvious. My life is brilliant. Your life's a joke.
Aha.
You guys know who that is, right?
No.
What's wrong with you guys?
Now Yankovic.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Kuro. I almost lost faith in you guys for a moment there.
You
I
said
haven't listened to
yes.
Radar Yankee.
I
for like
already
15
laughed.
seconds.
I already don't have
My
any faith in
affirmation was
Umne, but
laughing.
you know.
I got my dad for Christmas. I got my dad a ticket to see Widow Yankovic.
Oh,
Holy
really?
shit, he's seeing it tonight. Oh, okay.
Really?
I should
Cool.
check up. Yeah, it's his mandatory world tour. He's in Melbourne today.
Nice.
That's gonna be fun.
I
Anyway,
think you would say that. Weird Al generally puts out some very good songs, parodies.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, so Raya, you're pathetic. Obviously, that's more or less a given. Umne.
Blank Spaces, Taylor Swift.
I actually don't know that song, but since you seem to
I know
think
more
it's
Taylor Swift than I should.
You know, once
it
I
about
found
her
I
brand?
found a Jerza picture, a Jalal Urza picture, and I
Mhm.
showed it to Carrot, and there was some words written in it. I thought the person who made the picture just wrote a poem, so I told her, yeah, the person also wrote a poem in this picture, and she's like,
Oh no.
no, these are Taylor Swift lyrics.
Oh, okay.
What did you think, Kuro? What was going on through your mind?
I was just like, I don't know, maybe it was just, I don't know, dirty talk or something. Like, you just
No,
like, oh yeah, there's just
I would
dialogue.
I would
between
not show anybody pictures with dirty words in them. Okay, that's a little bit.
them. I thought you didn't know what it said, so I'm like, oh,
No,
just...
it was a poem,
Okay.
but I knew the words, but I didn't know where
What are
they
the
came
words?
from. I thought that the
Might know the
person who
words.
made the picture was writing a poem. I didn't know these
Okay,
were Taylor
okay,
Swift lyrics.
Okay.
Umne, what song should we dedicate to him?
I think it should be I Knew You Were Trouble by Taylor Swift.
What?
I knew you were in trouble.
Cell phone.
No, I don't want Hotline Bling. Never gonna
Too late. You opened this Skype call with the song.
Okay,
You get it
fine.
now.
Okay.
You own it. It is yours now.
What song is it?
I'll suck it up.
It's Drake Hotline Bling. It's that meme. There's a new meme going around where it's like, you used to call me on your cell phone. I don't know. If you haven't heard it,
I haven't actually. I'll
No
look it up
surprise.
later.
You need to. It's like everywhere.
Maybe later.
yeah, like there's so many vines. It started as like a vine where people would just like edit the music video, which is stupid as fuck. But people just add all these different things, and it became hilarious.
I think there's a
I'll check it
rating
out later.
outside.
Okay, so Umne can be that meme song or whatever. The next person is Chaos. Chaos, you're such a mystery.
Chaos needs a Justin Bieber song because we dedicated.
Well, there's also
those.
Tristan, so if you want to...
Oh, okay. I forgot about Tristan.
Either way, whichever you guys like.
Uh,
Let me look in my...
yeah, I'm looking at a discography and I honestly can't pick.
Bring up the iTunes list.
Chaos can be Bad Blood? No.
I feel like
Yeah.
Chaos should be something really silly.
I got bad blood. You only need one song from Taylor Swift and Justin Bieber. We don't actually have to do them
Yeah.
all.
I just
But
think
while I
Chaos,
have it open,
what do you want to give it, Umne?
Chaos, I would give Chaos. I can't pick on. I can't pick.
Too much?
Chaos can be 8 days a week from the Beatles.
Okay.
8 days a week.
Oh, these are some boring ass songs. I'm not gonna lie.
I was about to say I don't like it. I love it by Flow Rider, but hey, whatever.
How about "The Way I Are" by
Song.
Flo Rida?
The way I are.
That's actually a song.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
All right, what about Tristan? What we giving Tristan?
Tristan.
Oh, I know what to give Tristan. I don't want to give it to him.
Do it. That was a train.
How was it? Okay.
Yeah. What song?
Anaconda.
Who's that by?
Anaconda don't. My anaconda don't.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
feel
it's
like I feel like
yeah.
Tristan's should be like a remake of Anaconda called Earthworm.
No,
Okay.
no.
What?
Anaconda is quite appropriate.
No, that's too mean. How I do it.
I'm not gonna lie. I mostly have anime songs on my computer. I don't have too much English music. I think the only one I have is well, okay, in my first folder, the only one I have is the one I sang to Carrot about a year and a half. No, it's been like 2.5 years now. Damn.
I
We've
would
grown so
open
much
up
as
a playlist from my phone and try to pick something,
If you
but
Google
most
rock.
of the music on there is hate music. They say fuck a lot, and I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that too.
Okay, I'm gonna dedicate a song to myself. Me,
Oh
me,
my
me.
god.
Me. Bring it back.
Are you dedicating the song or the actual visuals?
Both.
You can't dedicate a music video to yourself.
I can't
You
hear
haven't had
you.
the me icon for a while now, though.
Yeah.
Bayonetta right now.
Who's your current icon?
That's Julia.
What? I meant on the Skype.
Bayonetta.
In Skype. Who's
Sky-
the?
on
Oh,
Skype,
it didn't
Bayonetta.
change for you. Right now, it's Julia.
Well, I still
Oh,
see
alright.
this gigantically chested girl. I don't know who the hell that is.
It's
Bayonetta.
Wait, does the gigantic chested girl have a Christmas hat?
No,
You were so
Yes.
far back.
Yes, it does.
not for me.
yeah.
Yeah, I've got Bayonetta.
Right now it's Hero's newest art with with Juvia,
Oh, with the
Urza.
the 3 idols.
Oh, that one from the Twitter. Yeah, I saw that.
They have the exact same breast size in the
I'm
photo.
okay with that.
He
Not
literally just
even
copy-pasted
breast
the body
size, breast shape.
inside, paint side.
Yeah, I'm just like, this
Give
is
him
a little silly, but it's cute.
Somebody made a top
Okay,
page for
then.
Edward Elric on the wiki.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
you know,
I'm not okay
it's
with.
an important thing to the fairy tale lore, Edward Elric. Now, while going
Oh,
between all those gates trying to get back to Al, he dropped into fairy tale and like, okay, this is weird magic. I'm about the science. It was a
Well, maybe
cameo.
he could,
Nothing.
talk to Zareth about living magic, so...
Maybe Zaref's the one who
Oh,
taught him that
shit.
thing Relly told me about. Relly told me that what's his
Hey
face?
Zareth, I heard you revived your younger brother. Can you help me out with my mom?
That's what
Oh,
I was talking to
no.
Relly in Skype. He basically mentioned the same thing.
Well, you kind of,
Is it
need
true?
a therapist.
Is it true though?
It's what true.
True?
Like that the same thing basically happened, like reviving your younger brother with magic or something.
Yeah, it did.
Zareth was a bit more
Well, it wasn't. He didn't
successful.
really revive his younger brother. He just.
Wait, have you not seen Full Metal? Is that what you're asking? What
No,
happened
no,
in Full Metal?
I've seen Full Metal.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm asking, did the thing that happened in Full Metal is
Oh.
that basically the same thing that happened in Fairy Tail?
Kinda,
No, not really.
not
Zareth
really,
was a
but-
bit more successful with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Okay, but-
literally used his brother's dead body to create an entirely new existence.
Cool.
Very ethical. So wait, what,
All right, excuse me, Socrates. Can we just move on?
Were we on a question?
Well, yeah, it was the song one, but I think we can move on.
Yeah,
Oh,
we did the songs. Okay, next up.
So her hamster's getting old. So what should she name her other one if she ever gets a new one?
Meep! Oh god, Moop and
What?
Meep, I would love that.
Dude,
That is
Meep,
retarded.
meep, moop.
what's wrong with you?
Exactly!
But her old one's gonna be dead at that time, so it won't make any
Okay.
sense.
Now,
It'll
Sunny's
be
thinking
like-
about getting a. She wants to get another hamster before it dies. I think she was thinking about getting
I
one.
think
No,
Chef Junior
she was
works
saying if
pretty
she gets
friggin'
another
awesome.
one.
Okay.
Wait, how old is Meep?
I don't know, it's close to 2 years at least, maybe more.
When do hamsters die?
Oh God. Sorry about that.
Is that someone's phone?
Is Seth Jr. not?
Don't
an
worry,
option?
I'll be editing that out.
Okay. Anyway, no. What I was saying about the hamster thing, that's just something me and Moop had talked about before. I think she was
You
talking on
what?
one of my streams.
Talk to her hamster.
No, no, I can't.
You just
Sorry.
called her-
On YouTube, she has Moop the Destroyer as her
Oh.
her username. So whenever I talk to her there, she's I know her as Moop.
There
Oh,
you
did I say Moop? Oh yeah, and her name is also Moop. That's exactly why I said it. Yeah. I forgot her
Anyway,
name.
yes. New name for the I don't know. Hit random on the Fairy Tail Wiki and get a character.
Call it Seth.
All right.
Hang on, I'll do that.
All right.
What am I gonna get?
Call it Seth. Name it after Wrath.
Aw.
Musica Sword. What a lovely name for a hamster.
Why don't we all just press the random page button and see what we get? That can be the
The
name.
first
Okay.
character I got was the Five Bridge Familiar Mage from
Okay,
the
fine. I'll
Grey
have to look.
series.
Oh, I got Aragorn.
I got Fairy's training camp.
I got chapter
I
432.
got Arlock.
That's actually not a
Aqualung.
bad
It's actually
name
not
for a
that bad.
hamster.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, name it.
Arlock
Yeah.
sounds like devious.
Harbinger the Hamster.
And her final question. You can set up a date for the following wiki people with any anime character. First of all, Rai.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of someone who likes people like him.
Free Prisoner from One Punch Man.
How about like Annie from Attack on Titan?
Oh lordy.
I don't know what's with me in this Attack on Titan thing for Rai.
I feel like no. I feel like it would definitely be like if you're going for Attack on Titan, it would definitely be more of a Sasha kind of a thing
Because
they
she's
both
such a
like
weirdo?
to eat. No,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
because they
that's
both
true.
like to eat, and then when they go out to eat, he can get fried chicken,
Fried
she
chicken
can
and
get fried
she-
potatoes.
Go to
and-
KFC, she basically gets the same thing she wants, and he gets what he
Yeah, I
wants.
know, and then
Yeah, he
everyone
fulfills the
wins, and
stereotype
then
that way.
he
That
still
works,
doesn't
actually.
get laid.
They were meant to be. Yeah, oh.
Puri prisoner.
Yeah, I said. Come on.
Okay, let me watch
Somebody does
this.
Angel Star. Watch the video. It's
That is
amazing.
amusing. I will have to link Rai that later.
Oh wait, no, it's not the full thing. Close enough.
Okay, the
Is
next
it where
person-
his clothes rip off his
He's
body?
transforming.
Yeah, and then there's Angel Rush.
and then he
it was
Prisoner
amazing.
Angel.
proceeds
Oh,
to
look,
be basically
Sonic.
the equivalent of a gay rapist.
He,
Yeah, that's
okay,
basically it.
Yeah,
he actually that's why he was in jail. He
Yeah.
literally sexually assaults cute heroes,
Yeah.
like cute male heroes.
Yeah, that's what. I remember that part.
Yeah.
So the next person is Umne.
Why is it always me?
You can
Honey,
go on
I'ma
a date
get-
with Grell Sutcliffe from Black Butler.
Who?
Grell Sutcliffe from Black Butler.
I don't know who this girl Stickler is.
Grell
Look up a
Sutcliffe is
picture.
basically you.
Umne can date at Commodore Nelson Royale from One Piece.
What is up with these names? A Commodore?
That's his
It's
rescue.
right. It's a ring.
What's wrong with you?
Not a
Nelson.
Commodore, it's Commodore. He said a
Yeah, I said-
Commodore, as in like.
Camaraderie?
I said Commodore Nelson
Full name is
Royale.
Nelson Royale.
His
Yeah,
name is
full
Nelson
name.
Royale. Commodore is his
Oh
rank.
no, I'd rather die.
Do you know who I'm
Did you
talking
Look
about?
him up.
I just googled an image.
Come on, man. That's like
I'm
perfect.
glad we're on the same
I'd rather
page.
date the thingy from Black Butler.
The
Oh,
what?
he's from Black Butler? I had no idea.
Yeah, Grell. Yeah, basically anime Umne.
Yeah, anime.
Like I
Yeah,
saw him.
I-
kinda
It's like
leaving
going on a date with
Black Butler.
I mean, like, unless you want to date, like, Ichiya or something.
I'm not like him.
Man.
I don't think so.
The next person is,
Plus, who would want to date themselves?
nobody.
You gotta give me
I
someone.
mean,
I
I'll
was-
provide it.
I mean, if I'm not gonna lie, like if I somehow came into contact with like a girl me and I was pretty attractive, I'd think about it.
That would be interesting.
Come on, like self-cessed to a literal level.
I know what you're talking about. I'm thinking about it. I'm not thinking about it. I'm just, oh, slip of the tongue. Yeah, okay. Should we just move on from Umne,
Yeah.
as every other man in the world has?
Nah, okay.
It's Chaos. So who would we set up Chaos with?
Chroma
kinda
or
always-
Chromus from Soul Eater. I forget her name. Chromus,
It's
Chromie,
Krona.
Chrono.
I tried watching Soul Eater. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
don't
like
watch
it.
it. The
And then
manga is
I tried reading the manga about a year or two back, and I couldn't get into it. I stopped around 25th chapter.
yeah,
Yeah,
not
the
that
art
good until
style
about
early
15.
I
on
watched the
is
anime up till like episode 15, and I couldn't get into that either. I don't know why. This feels. It's not even that anything's bad about it. It just feels very kiddie. I just can't take it seriously.
the author's new
That
series
is
is actually really awesome.
I don't know.
very.
I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. The dub is
So,
the dub was is the sub better than the dub? Because I tried the dub.
Yeah, sub's way better than the dub.
Okay. Because I thought the dub would be good. It's Funimation.
I get what you mean by being kiddie. Like it is very I don't even say
I
immature.
know,
Like there's not a real word for it, but it does mature as the series goes on.
and it's like just 15 episodes in. It's not
Until
graphic
the
yet.
final
It's
chapter,
probably
and
not.
then it just goes back to
It's
the
probably
roots of
not
the
going
pilot.
to do anything. It's like 15 chapters, 15 episodes in. If I'm not interested
that's
in,
fair.
I'm not gonna bother.
The manga doesn't really get interesting until after
Though
the
from what I've seen, at least the
30s.
manga art does improve over a while. Like first of all, like in the early chapters, it's hard to even read. It's like Attack on Titan bad, but later on,
Yeah.
at least gets bearable. But I don't know. I just couldn't go through it. The next person is Chaos.
Yeah, I said Krona.
Okay, yeah, that was what we were on.
Is it
Rather
because
than pairing
Chrono was
Chaos up with
genderless
someone,
for a
I'll
while?
Yeah.
just have
This would be useful. Let me open my mal. I'll just check out if anybody in my list would work.
Wait,
just
is
feel like
Krona
rather than
still
having
not
Chaos-
genderless?
Sorry.
I
Sorry
don't
to
know.
hear.
I don't know if Chrono's still genderless or not either.
still genderless.
Yeah.
How do you think Chaos would be with Lelouch v Britannia?
I mean,
Have any of you guys watched Code Geass?
I don't think that would work
Extensively.
out. No, I don't know. I've seen the abridged series. Does that count?
Eh,
It counts.
a
It
little
counts.
bit. Counts a little bit. Counts like 50%. What have you
Close
guys seen
enough.
Death Note?
Extensively.
Yeah.
What do you think about L?
No,
I don't
I don't know
know.
because
the
I
blonde
don't
dude
know.
that like chocolate?
I feel like both Chaos and L have very weird personality quirks. I think they could work.
Yeah, I think Nier is a bit too sociopathic,
Yeah,
and I think Mello is.
Mello
he's
just sucks
very-
in general. So
Yeah,
What was
he's
that even?
quite. He's
Okay,
just.
what I was gonna say is rather than having Chaos pair up with someone, just like see one of their ships come to life because they really want Ash and Serena to be together.
yeah,
It's true.
So I'm pretty sure they would pick them being together over themselves being with someone.
yeah, of course. But I mean, the question is, who would we pair up with Chaos? I mean, of course, Chaos would want Ash and Serena for whatever reason. But you know,
Well, when we say pair up, I think for Chaos specifically, I think less of sending it out on a date, more like just like going out to a lunch, like a casual.
I think
lunch.
either way, like just even doing the regular couple things would be all right. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with L from Death Note.
I really can't think of anything.
And
honestly.
I mean, MDM is going to be upset, so sorry, MDM, in advance. We apologize for setting up Chaos this way. And you two saying, why are all of Chaos' suitors Indian?
I
Wait, what?
MDM and Sane are
know.
both Indian. I just realized this.
Yeah.
Probably
Who's the
because
second
Chaos
person?
is a
This-
special kind of spice.
I feel very uncomfortable right now. I'm going to move on. Okay, the next person is Tristan. I would set him up with a lolly, and what I would do is I would inform the police ahead of time of this date so that they can set up an ambush. That way, the lolly goes free and Tristan gets arrested. What do
What
you
would
guys think?
Yami Yugi say in this situation? Dick
don't know.
move, bro.
So the last person is going to be Relly.
Who's got someone who has hair just as fabulous as his, but
The girl from One Punch Man who has green hair. I
No,
don't know.
no,
Tatsumaki.
no way.
She's got crazy hair
She's too
going
damn
on.
small.
Yeah,
She's-
then
I know.
set her up with Tristan.
No, we moved on to Relly, and I don't want to
Yeah.
pair up Tristan with a lolly, unless we're getting the police.
well,
involved,
actually,
so they
she's
can-
28 years old, so I mean, like,
Yeah, she
Yeah.
doesn't count. Set up with her sister then, Fubuki.
yeah, she's
Is she the bigger one?
Yes.
She the bigger one.
she's the big, yes, in the chest.
Wrath, did you see that video I linked you to?
You linked me something.
Yeah, from Two Broke Girls.
I didn't really look.
Sophie's
at
just
it.
the badass.
Please, you make me feel tempted to do my Sophie impression, but I'm still quite sick. I don't know if I can pull it off.
Oh, you can do it. Just believe in yourself.
No.
You can do anything as long as you
Like,
put your
shut
mind
up,
to it.
hey.
I'm giving him
I
inspirational.
don't care.
Okay, Seth, watch the video.
Later.
Well, why do you sound like that, Une?
I was stretching.
Okay, I thought you were. Never mind.
Trying to hit on Seth. I do not do that.
Yes, you do. You do it on a regular basis. Wrath confirmed that for me.
Don't.
You know, we're going on 3 years of it now, and to this day, it makes me smile.
Aw.
It makes me feel pretty.
See, it's all for the greater good. So,
Make me feel wanted, and it's great.
So who are we
Yeah, it's
pairing up?
unwanted if it's
Yeah, who are we? It's Relly now.
Oh, really? Genos.
Why are you insisting on pairing him up with Genos?
I don't know, but Genos looks cool.
I feel like
What are you
Genos
talking
would really
about,
irritate
Genos?
Relly.
Genos would irritate pretty much everyone. Like, that's
Yeah.
his character. He literally pisses people off.
I don't know, but I feel like Relly will just fly into crazy Hispanic rage and just shout at him in Spanish for about half an hour. And then they would just argue with each other. That is an endless conversation.
Well, they are, Latinos. Well, no.
No, Relly is.
Genos.
Genos is a
Yeah.
cyborg that doesn't really have an ethnicity.
Yeah, Genos doesn't even...
Bender is Latino.
What?
Yeah, Bender Rodriguez.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's a robot. That's kind of a different issue, and that's a different series.
With completely fucked up rules.
That too.
I love you, Charlie. Alright, well, I guess he's matched up. Let's just move on with
He's
this.
not matched
with
up. We're
Genos.
not taking your suggestion.
Damn it.
Shut the fuck up.
Now we could just sashay over this.
And I'll just we can. How about just pairing him up with a shonen character, someone from like Naruto or something?
Yeah, I was trying to avoid that.
I don't know.
Really is the father of Metal League. Or the mother,
Sure.
who knows.
Yeah, fine with me. By the way, did you guys see the Boruto movie?
Yes! I saw it in cinema, it was great.
I saw it a few days ago online in sub. It was very good. I like it. I think it's now my favorite Naruto movie. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll be honest, I like it a lot, but it's also one of the most heavily flawed ones.
I don't disagree with that. It's probably also the most cliched one, at least in terms of like general plot line. It's nothing that's unoriginal, but I think the execution is what works for it. Because you've been getting to know these characters all these times, so seeing these new adventures for them, it really works.
And I like the new generation.
Yeah,
was
and I
pretty
like
cool.
the animation. The animation felt really good here. I don't know why. It just felt way more fluid than the series and just any other Naruto movie in general. So yeah, I think this sets a new standard for shonen movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I watched the Naruto last movie a few months earlier. I didn't like that one though.
I did like that, but that's because I shipped Naruto and Hinata,
Yeah, that's-
so seeing them actually happen.
That's
was
understandable, but I don't know. I just couldn't get into that movie, and I found it kind of I just found it bad. I'm not gonna lie.
I like the final fight though. They brought back all part 1 music. I was like, oh my god, all this trash.
Why
like,
was
from when he
Sasuke there? I
mentioned
don't know. That was very arbitrary.
Cameo.
didn't need to be
Actually,
there.
okay.
Marketing
Funny story.
ploy.
What?
Funny story. I actually saw the last in cinema as well.
Yeah,
because
I think I
Matt
watched a
managed to bring
review
all
on
these movies.
YouTube. You posted a review where you were wearing
Did
that. You posted a review on YouTube with
Oh yeah, I did.
your vest or something. Yeah, I watched that.
I like to
review.
dress up
It was a
for
good
reviews.
review.
But I saw it in cinema because Madman's been bringing all these anime movies over. It's been real great.
Yeah.
There was a guy in the front row of the theater who was in full Sasuke cosplay. He was so pumped for that movie. He was so excited to see Sasuke kick some ass. And then Sasuke, who does appear for 5 seconds, once he disappeared, the guy at the front screamed. And once the movie was over, he literally he raged. He just stormed out of the whole place. He
Understandable.
was so pissed off that Sasuke was only there for a couple of seconds. That's what I liked about Boruto, because Sasuke was the
Yeah,
focus.
because he had an
Naruto
actual
had the
plot in the movie, and he's actually grown as a character. I still don't like Sasuke overall because I still think he's a shit character, and
I like the
he's
role
really,
he played.
I think he's really poorly written. But in the movie, he was actually very good. I'll
Where
give him,
he's ended up. Where he's
yeah,
ended
where
up
he's
is
ended up now.
what it took to get there.
Yeah, that was
Better.
the entire there was a lot of shit that went on, but at least he ended up somewhere nice. It doesn't
Also,
excuse
Naruto-
the shit writing that went on earlier, but at least now it's I can let it go. I can't let it go. But I can accept it.
Kishimoto just kind of went overboard with the whole Sasuke is a blank slate thing. Anyone can dye him whatever color they want.
Yeah, and plus his motivations were generally very, very fucked up.
Have you guys don't watch the Naruto Shippuden anime, do you?
No, I mean I tried
I don't
to
know.
a few years ago, and I watched some of it, but damn,
Yeah.
there are way too many episodes.
I've seen a
The
couple of
the rumor is that
reviews.
There's no
The
rumor. It's
rumors?
just that there's no
no,
rumor.
no,
It's
no.
just they're just
I was
contracted
talking
to
about
make this many
no,
episodes, so
no,
they
no. I
drag
mean
the
like
crap
for
out.
canon episodes. The rumor is that there won't be any canon episodes until almost 2017.
Damn. So they're gonna
Yeah,
make
That's actually kind of true. No, there's going to be canon episodes in 2016, but we're going to have this filler arc. I'm just ripping what
yeah.
I've read on
I know what's going
ANN.
on because I still read the reviews on
Yeah,
like Anime News Network. So they
yeah, that's where I
do
read them
every
as well.
yeah. So like every like they're in the filler because everyone's trapped into Shinju right now. So
And
they're
Sasuke was
basically
always going to be
giving
an asshole.
yeah. It's just too much. I cannot handle this kind of filler.
And once that
Like the
filler's
first
done,
series had like hold up, I think somewhere about 85 filler episodes in the first season at a stretch. Like the first Naruto series, part 1.
yeah,
But
the last
this is over
hundred
the
were
top.
filler.
I cannot let this go. I'm not going to watch this.
But after this filler arc, there was an announcement that there's a couple of light novels for Itachi that were published
Oh
in
yeah.
2015,
Yeah.
and they're getting animated adaptation. People were like, "Oh my god, that's amazing!" They thought it was going to be a separate thing. It's actually going to be part of the Naruto Shippuden anime now. It's been clarified.
just kind of
So we're
like
going to have
how we
this filler
thought Fairy
arc,
Tail Zero was to be separate.
yeah, and then the Itachi thing, and then we might get the canon.
Yeah.
So
And then there's a
Yeah.
Kaguya Otsutsuki backstory something or
Did
whatever.
you guys read that some new mangaka is going to write Boruto and like Kishimoto is going to be the one supervising it?
yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
said. It's part 3. It's a new.
Well, no, it's
illustrated
yeah, it's like it's going
writer.
to come out, but it's like I'm not saying it's going to overtake the main series or anything. I'm just saying it's going to happen.
It's gonna happen. I'm actually excited for that. It's gonna be a monthly series, and I like when series are written by a new perspective. Like it could be completely worse, it could be complete shit, or it could be.
Yeah, it depends on how they do it.
Fresh
Depends on
take.
the writer.
That's what I liked about the Boruto movie. Just seeing all these
Yeah.
kids, what's happened to the village since then. I don't like a lot of people. I've seen reactions to part 3, and Fleet was showing me one of them, and the guy was just raging like, "Who the hell is gonna, what kind of antagonist could top Madara or Kaguya?" I'm like,
Yeah.
these kids, it's a fucking kids. They don't need to.
Yeah,
I'd be
I know,
happy
right?
if they just
And
did the tuning
I wouldn't
exam.
even really
No
say that
antagonist.
what's their face, Momoshiki and Kinshiki. I don't even really think they topped Kaguya in terms of actually being powerful. I just think they were more battle oriented than she was, just because what they could do, like battle wise, it was more suited for fighting than what Kaguya was able to do.
You know what's hilarious about that though? 'Cause
What?
I came home and I looked up after I watched the movie, I looked up stuff about this series. They're aliens.
They're aliens.
They're not from a different dimension. They're from a different planet. When they do we care about spoilers for the Boruto movie? 'Cause
I don't
I'm
give
going
a
to talk
shit.
about the final. Yeah, in the
Okay,
final
so,
world.
okay,
they end up
okay,
with
fine.
the-
fine.
with the
Early
Shinji tree.
warning.
That's
Spoiler
another
alert.
planet.
Go ahead,
That's
Kuro.
another planet. At some point, the Akatsuki clan, or whatever Kaguya's clan is called, they went exploring the stars. So they're aliens. There's aliens in Naruto. They've gone into Saga. They've gone to Dragon Ball Z route.
Where did this actually come from, though?
The information, this is just from the wiki, and like I know wikis, we
Yeah.
work there. We know some stuff can be suspect, but that information's been there for a while. It was never really touched on in the movie, but yeah, they're aliens.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering because I thought they were just until now I thought they were from like a different universe or some a different
So
dimension. Or
apparently-
something. No, apparently they're from different planets.
Yeah, different planets with life have Shinju trees. They're all got one, and it's just they had exploited their own tree and until it just ran out of energy. So all right, cool, let's go search for another one. Hey, you remember that Kaguya chick? Yeah, she went to this planet, or she was from this planet, and
Something like that.
let's see if they've still got their tree.
Okay. Right. So I think we could. Right. So we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
Let me find the question we were last at. Okay, we're just gonna move on. I'm sorry, I'm really stiff. I mean,
Okay.
wait. Never mind. Sorry.
We have it going on as well now.
Everything's a penis joke. It's okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Let the train pass. Okay, thanks, Carl. I'll just check that out later.
Yeah, you don't need to check it out now. Just putting it there for you.
I don't think we could. Yeah. Okay. Now the next questions are going to come from NC Duru. What's the best or worst thing about Fairy Tail compared to other manga?
Best thing, art style. I just it's my interest in Fairy Tail is very much like the reason I like Bleach. It's just very stylistic. It's nice to look at.
Yeah,
Kind of
I can agree with that. It does
And
look
I'm not
very
talking.
nice.
I'm not talking about fan service. I just mean like
Yeah,
the main reason I started Fairy Tail was when I saw Natsu's flame and just the way it's drawn.
Mhm.
Like it's not fire. It's like nice dark shaded, very distinct. I was like, oh yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah.
But as
I'd
for
say
what's
the
worse,
worst thing is it's just it's
it
got a very
suffers.
specific formula, and you know how everything's gonna go before
Yeah,
Yeah.
it gets
it's
there,
got a
and
formula.
and you have hope that maybe the formula will be deviated from, but
But then your hope is crushed.
Also, like Bleach, just like the author, they're having fun with this more so than like writing a serious bit of literature. They're like, yeah, this is my baby. This is what I'm going to do. I think it's cool. You know, it lives on the rule of cool, rather than
Yeah. Rather
like
than actual quality writing.
yeah. And I think that's like I went into Fairy Tail with that expectation. Like, okay, I'm reading this because it's cool. So that's why like I've never really had an issue when things got really bad. I'm like, yeah, okay, I never really had high hopes for this thing, but
Okay.
yeah, that would be the weakness. That would be one of the
Fair enough.
critiques.
For me, best thing, I'll probably agree with the art thing. I really like the art. It's like very clean. It's very easy to look at, and you can easily understand what's going on because it's not very complicated the way like Naruto art or One Piece art is.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. And the shade, like what you, I think I like what you said earlier on about the shading, but specifically of Natsu's flames. But I also like the way that like character faces are shaded. You really get a good view of the atmosphere, like where the sun is, where the light sources come from. It feels very, I don't know what the word for it is, but it really speaks to me because I really like how everything is detailed to that extent. And I don't know, it just feels better to look at compared to like Naruto or something. Worst thing, that's a very long list. But I guess, well, since you haven't brought it up, I'll just bring up like the fan service, since just because you haven't brought it up. I think it's just something generally everyone can agree with. Like it's fine in small doses.
Christmas chapter.
Sorry.
The Christmas chapter.
I
That's
love
an
that
interesting
one.
issue.
Christmas there.
See, that's an interesting thing because if this were like 2-3 years back, like 2000, if I were reading that chapter in like 2012, I would have loved it. I would have just taken my pants off and jerked all over my screen over that damn thing. But in 2015, when I'm reading it, I really didn't give a shit. What?
I'm gonna quote you on that.
Do it. I don't care. 2015, I really couldn't give a shit about that chapter. I thought it was just a very blandly written, very boring excuse. I like the little Jerza moment at the end, but otherwise, I really didn't give a shit about it.
I thought it was mostly like fun. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, you know, like
yeah, no, like that's
literally
that's how
bars
omikes are in
that
general.
came
They're
back
just meant for
on
fun,
someone.
which I understand. But I don't know. I just didn't really have much fun with it.
I've literally done most of the
it just
things
bored
in
me.
there.
I don't know. But like I said, if it were 2012 when I was more into Fairy Tail, I definitely would have. Yeah. So that's just this one. The fan service in general, you know, when it's just really inappropriate on the various times we've talked about. Like it's fine in small doses, and you can use it for humor once in a while. But considering the extent to which Mishima's gone, I think that's one of the worst things about it. So yeah, Rat the Rumne.
More on the fan service. I find that depending on the placement, like if it's a little thing, like panty shots during fight scenes, they're kind of like they're tolerable and stuff like that. That's nothing major, but when it's like really, really, really serious, then there's a whole literally a whole chapter dedicated to just Lucy being
Flesh
naked.
explosion. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like to a point. I'm like, oh, cool. Like Lucy's naked, but at the same time, I'm also like, this kind of detracts from the overall serious tone that you're trying to present with what you're doing, and I find it actually disrespectful to not only your fans but also to yourself.
Yeah. Especially,
However,
remember that part in like chapter 350 something where they were all naked in the spa. Gray and Natsu were actually commenting. No, but like when Gray and Natsu were actually commenting that seeing Lucy naked, it's happened so much, it's kind of lost its appeal.
Yeah, I wish that was true for me. It's not.
It's true for me. I honestly don't care who's naked anymore.
But,
like I'm not reading it, but like I actually even agreed with the statement way back when into like 2013 when that chapter came out. I mean, I didn't like the chapter in general. Like I think I liked it more then than I do now, but in retrospect, I don't approve. But yeah, that's enough out of me. Umne?
I guess a bit of both what Kuro and Wrath said. Like, I do think the art style is a lot more cleaner than other mangas, And honestly, I think Fairy Tail was one of the first mangas I started to read because I never really, I only watched anime at the time. So I started off with Fairy Tail and I was able to pick it up really quickly because, like, I guess looking at the panels were a lot easier. And I tried reading other mangas as well. It's just harder to read because I guess the art style's so weird, like Attack on Titan and, so yeah, I really like Fairy Tail's art style. And then as far as what I don't like, kind of like what Wrath said about how, it has like a formula. For me, it's like kind of anticlimactic, like the way like it starts off really well and then it doesn't, like, I don't know, just the way it ends just makes me feel uncomfortable. Like every arc, like this doesn't feel like it has like a proper big ending. It just ends, and I
That's what we
kind of
would
wanted
call the
more.
word would be anticlimax.
Yeah, I said anticlimactic. Yeah.
No, anticlimax is the word. Yeah, that fairy tale arcs end on those quite a lot. It's another part that
Yeah,
I don't like.
that's what I don't like about it. But aside from that, I don't know. I'm not like a crazy fan. That's just like this is amazing or this was bad. It's just I'm enjoying it. Whatever. So yeah. Any more questions?
Oh yeah, there's plenty more. The next one from NC is favorite magic.
Mm.
Yeah, we've had this question plenty
Favorite
of times
favorite
before.
canon magic?
Yeah, fairy tale magic.
I mean, canon magic. I mean, I often get asked like, "Oh, what magic could you have if you
No,
could create something?"
it's just favorite magic. So I'm assuming it's canon, something from the series that some character has.
I'm just quite happy with Natsu's Fire Dragon Slayer magic, to be honest.
Honestly, probably Dark Acreture.
Dark what?
Dark Acreture.
Oh, freeze
Freed,
magic. Yeah,
Freed stuff.
That's
Freed versus Mirror Jane, still one of the best fights to have.
agreed.
It was fun.
That's why. That's all right. Going back to the previous question, things you want to see in 2016. I want to see more of like side characters like that, just getting like proper focus.
Oh yeah, that
stuff
was
like
pretty
that,
cool.
it's
like,
not
the
totally
fight with
important,
Paul.
but it's still really cool.
Well, it's not that it's important, but it does improve the series if that happens. Favorite magic?
So
I'm just gonna go with I'm gonna go with a draw between what's it called? The Heavenly Body Magic and the Lightning Dragon Slayer. Boomnet?
that works.
I like water and transformation. I
Okay.
guess that's it. Yeah.
That would be interesting to use in a combination.
Yeah.
Okay, and his final question, if you had to marry a Spriggan 12, who would it be and why?
Oh.
Give me a moment.
I
Demaya.
Yeah.
remember that.
I could look up their names and see what they look like.
Did you say date or marry?
It said Mary.
Oh, no.
Demaria.
Demaria.
Go with August.
Why? Because he's about to
knows-
die.
he
He
knows
inherit
magic.
all his money.
I forgot that this
No.
dude named God Serena. There's this person named
Open
God
the money.
Serena. I forgot that this was a man. It's a very
Yeah.
peculiar
Yes.
name for a man.
They've used Serena a lot to denote men.
When?
There's a frog named Serena.
Where?
Magic
One of the
Council.
Magic Council frogs.
Oh
So,
shit!
so,
Infil's
so,
one of
so
the
that's some
Spriggan?
minor character I've never heard of?
You've seen him around.
Yeah,
He like
you've
stopped.
Have they been
He
named?
stopped. Like not in the series, but
There you go.
we found out the name later. He stopped the battle between Flame Empress Erza and Natsu.
Okay. No, I know who you're referring to. It's just that these people just never become important.
Well, I don't know why people thought he was a woman in the first place when we saw the silhouettes of all of the four gods of Ishgar, and they all look roughly.
No, I'm not
exactly
saying
like
that I
each
thought
other.
it was a woman. I'm
No,
just
not
saying
you,
it's
but
just,
so many people.
I'm just saying it's just peculiar. It's a peculiar name for a man. That's what I thought. I
I
didn't say that.
pronounce
I
it
think
Serena, so it sounds slightly more masculine.
What?
I pronounce it God Serena, so it sounds slightly more masculine.
That sounds even more feminine to me. I don't know. Maybe
Really,
it's the
no.
way it
I
hits
find
me,
so-
but
I
it's
just know
personally
people
just,
named
that's what
Serena.
it sounds like to me. But for the answer, I'm gonna go with either of the women actually, because that's the only logical answer for me.
There's one more woman, supposedly, but
Who
she
is it?
hasn't been revealed yet. No, we
We don't
like
know.
all we have is her silhouette. We don't know what she looks like. aside
Okay,
from
because
that
I'm looking at the list and there's nothing.
Is that
There's only
Nine
two.
Hearts or Nine
No,
Hearts,
there's
I think it would
a-
be 9, just because German.
Nine Hearts. Nine Heart is.
That is a very that looks like a man. Like
but in the
page,
silhouettes.
Yeah, I'm looking at the page right now. This has to be a dude.
But in the actual. Yeah, but in the silhouettes of all the Spring and 12,
okay,
there's one more person with a womanly figure.
Okay, fair enough. But I'm gonna go with one of the other two, just because they're the only ones who I can see on the wiki at this moment. Okay, that's the end of her question. Thank you. You guys want to move on to Fleet's questions?
Sure.
Jack is the first person in One Piece with a 10-digit bounty on him. What do you think of him, and do you really buy that he's dead?
Don't read it.
I don't think
Fleet is a huge Jack fanboy.
Yeah, I've been seeing him in the chat. He really loved. I think it was like when the spoilers were first out. He was going on about the guy having the $1 billion. The $1 billion bounty.
Yeah. $1 billion. He's got $1 billion
it's
bounty.
cool, but do I buy that he's dead? No, I don't.
But
from what I've seen of him, he seems very overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He's a character that, he was hyped up in the story, and then when he got revealed, it's like, eh. Here's the thing. I actually wouldn't mind it if it wasn't for the 1 billion thing. The 1 billion bounty ruins it for me.
Yeah.
Because that's like, what's the term? Shattering the glass ceiling. Before, 500 million was like, that's top tier. That's as high as you get.
525 was like the highest we'd had up to that point.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, I bet it's going to be like Whitebeard that has $1 billion, because $1 billion is literally double.
Yeah.
Again, we're talking about the economy of One Punch Man, the economy of the world government. Like, where are you getting this fucking money from? It's like
they are
$1 billion
criminals, so to an extent it's understandable. But I agree with you that this $1 billion thing is a little bit too much to really believe.
It's way too much. Here's the thing. I actually haven't considered it just until this very second, but as a comparison, so he's 1 billion, and he's a supporter of Yonko. So everyone's like, all right, cool, supporters of the Yonko. Here's the thing, Ace, or the supporters of Whitebeard, they're all around the 400.
Yeah, they're in the
500s.
Ace was
and
the
then
highest
Big Mom
at this point. He was 525 million.
Yeah. And the bounties we got from Big Mom subordinates, they're lower than some of the Straw Hats. It's like, it's just stupid. I'm pretty sure Sanji is now above Peckham's and Tamago, or whatever his name is, Tomato.
Yeah,
I prefer Tomato because he fucking wears an egg. It's stupid.
Yeah, that's fine too. And I thought it was $1 billion either way.
It's just, I can't take bounties seriously. I know before bounties were never meant to be a serious indication of strength, but it is a serious indication.
No, it's not
of
really
not
even really an indication of strength. It's a presumed threat level.
Yeah, presumed threat level.
That's the thing. That's why we have such a low one for Chopper, because he's theoretically supposed to be tough, but he is tough, but they don't know what he is. They think he's the pet. They think
they know he's the doctor. They know he's the doctor now.
Okay, they know. Do they know that now? But his bounty is only 100 right now, isn't it?
It's only 100.
Yeah, it's pathetic. They don't know about him. So I'm like, either Jack has been really. I think somebody might have misreported Jack, to be honest. You remember you remember the Doflamingo thing? How he manipulated the newspapers to make everyone think he resigned when he didn't really. I feel
because he had the pull of the celestial dragons, though.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just not saying he will have that. But I'm saying something has probably gone wrong with him and the Marines, and so that's why he has the high bounty. I don't think he actually has the threat that would qualify as $1 billion.
I think it's legit. I think because they've talked about how he's destroyed countries in the past. We know that the supporters of Big Mom, they don't pay up. They destroy whole islands. So if he's got a long history of destroying civilizations, it's like, okay, sure. But still, to me, it's too big of a jump.
Yeah, I can admit that, but I don't know. I still feel that I still feel there has to be a lie behind it. I mean, you saw what's his face, the dukedom leader. He stopped the trunk with his bare hand.
I like the Minkmen. They're being pretty cool.
It looked cool, but is it believable?
What, the Minkmen fighting Jack?
No, the way that he stopped him so easily.
No, yeah, I absolutely believe that. If that come out we're a race of warriors and we've been isolated, so we have no comparison until now.
I don't know.
I think it's fine.
I don't know. It's too much for me to take, but okay, fair enough.
Well, at the end of the day, when that was just stopping I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't want to get into the whole power level thing.
Yeah, no,
but that was just a warning shot or something. The start of the fight. You never throw your strongest punch.
True.
You don't judge Luffy's strength from a Gumagano pistol compared to Gear 4 King Kong gun.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, have you seen King Kong gun?
Something like that. I don't know. I was thinking about Elephant Gatling.
Anyway, Yeah, that kind of thing. Like the opening shot is not the strongest shot, so that's why I'm not too bothered with it. Because at the end of the day, they fought for like a week straight, and neither side could beat the other, so it was still implied to be a pretty even fight at the end of the day.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Okay, I'm convinced. Second
What's the
question.
question? I completely forgot.
Yeah. Second question is Lily Barrow. Was he a disappointment for you, and which elite guard is your favorite? Bleach related, by
I
the
wouldn't say
way.
he was a disappointment. I'd say that he had too many. Oh, this is my final form moments.
Yeah, it wasn't a disappointment. It just got weird. That's all.
I'll be honest. I don't even
Yeah.
remember half of that fight.
I was actually quite pleased with the fight. I thought it was a pretty good fight. I thought we got out of it what we were originally promised all that time ago by Kubo about what the arc would accomplish. We got the history of the kimono, we got the Bankai, all that stuff.
Yeah. Okay, number 3, Wrath. I have been converted to Magi. How would you go about converting your fellow podcasters to it?
Crow reads it. Do you read it?
A little bit.
Yeah, so we're good.
Well, I'm sold. I'm gonna go start reading right now.
Yay!
It's quite good.
Morgiana Bay.
It's good.
Something so good you don't get excited about. You're content. It's right with the world. It is true.
Yeah, I'm not.
It is good.
I sound really gung ho about it when I type it, but if you talk to me about it, I'm just gonna be like, she's good.
Sorry about that. I'm back. There was someone.
It's a wonderful piece of literature.
Yeah, I'm starting it. I've read some of it. I will catch up with it later.
Fleet loves it. I hyped it up for Fleet, and I feel like I hyped it up.
It seems like it lived up to the hype for him.
He does. He says it's as good for me as One Piece, and he said that means a lot because I fucking love One Piece. What he said.
Cool. So, who's your favorite syndicate boss in Pokemon?
The pretty one.
Is that okay?
That's the fourth question.
M is mine.
I
know Fleet like Cyrus was the Galaxy one.
Yeah, Galactic. Galactic Team Play.
Yeah, I know Fleet likes that one.
I'm
all about
actually. There's some other
OG
stuff in his
Giovanni.
question, but it's kind of irrelevant, so I skipped it.
Okay. I'm all about Giovanni. I like the Giovanni.
Giovanni's
as a villain. I like the crime syndicate actually being a crime syndicate and not just like the Peter of Pokemon or people who've just given up on life. Like, oh, everything's meaningless.
Yep,
kind
let's
The
destroy
literal eco-terrorists.
a bunch of nihilists.
Eco-terrorists, yeah.
Yeah, nihilists, eco-terrorists, and just people who want to destroy the planet, basically. Okay, number 5. What anime of 2015 or 2016 are you looking forward to the most?
I don't even know what's coming out.
Is there a list?
Yeah, the anime charts have come out. Do you want a link?
Yes, please.
I'm sure I'll look over it. I don't usually look at those things. Like literally, once my sole focus on anime, right? Of recent times it was One Punch Man, and once I finish, I'm like, I actually have no idea what's coming up next.
I mean, I'm just linking it for Room now. You can watch it if you want. But there is a lot of good stuff coming out, at least in the winter. PA Works has a new anime coming out. Kyoto Animation has a new anime coming out, and both of those guys, for all the flaws in their stories, if there are any, they generally have very good animation.
Takashi Kashi.
So
everyone's hyped.
Sorry.
No, you go.
Assassination Classroom, the second season is coming out. There's another one called Prince of Stride Alternative, which is by Madhouse. So that ought to be good. And there was Attack on Titan season 2. That's I think it's either spring or
that is coming. It's coming around.
Yeah, that's spring or summer. I don't remember which one, but it's coming out, so that should be good. What?
Because it's probably going to come out during the spring season.
Yeah,
because spring and fall are when they have their big action series. Really, their big heavy hitters.
When did it start? Was it spring or summer in 2013?
I'm pretty sure it was the spring. Okay,
well then it'll probably be spring again.
I was just gonna say that there's this anime. I recognize the visuals, Dagashi Kashi.
Okay.
It's getting really really hyped. It's the purple head chick. Everyone is like so excited for it. It's this just like a obscure manga that's come out of nowhere, but people are really loving it. Or at least they're loving the characters and the fan art.
That's the one about the sweet shop, right?
The one about the sweet shop.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's gonna come out. It's gonna burn because everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's gonna be amazing." It's like you do know it's about a sweet shop, and it's all like in jokes about Japanese sweets. I'm not sure if many people watching anime, in the Western Hemisphere would be very familiar with Japanese sweets.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So
nuances
people are going to
of
watch it and like,
both
okay,
the
I don't
short
actually understand
customers.
what's going on right now.
The art
But,
does look
it's also-
actually. The art is kind of interesting, though. I will admit.
Yeah, yeah. And then that's one of the series where it's like people get caught by the visual, like, oh my god, it's gonna be great. But I
Yeah.
don't think they're actually gonna, dig the story. Like they don't actually know what they're getting into. Second season of Gates coming out. I'm excited for that.
I haven't seen the first season. I'll think about it.
It's I don't want to say it's great. It's good, and it's a very nice casual kind of series of like what happens when the modern world
Right.
meets the fantasy world.
Yeah. And the thing is, there was another series about that idea. It was 2013. It was called Outbreak Company. It's basically the same
Okay.
idea, but I liked Outbreak Company, so I'm not sure. Like, I'm afraid that if I watch Gate, it's gonna kill my Outbreak Company fantasy ideas.
There's also shit. It's got the Japanese name, not the English name. Musagen no Phantom World.
Yeah,
I've seen the PV for that, and again, it's like an art style
yeah,
kind
that's
of thing.
Kyoto Annie's.
Yeah. The main female protag looks like Lucy, so all good.
A little bit, yeah, I see it.
What up?
My favorite arc of one of my favorite mangas gets animated in 2016.
What is it?
The Alma Karma arc of D Gray Man is getting animated after almost 8 years of no anime. The manga finally came out of hiatus. It's
I haven't
quarterly
seen Gray
though.
Man.
The anime is pretty faithful. There are some filler bits here and there, but they're mostly just for humoristic purposes. But the manga is really
Yep.
good.
Kyoto Annie. That was the
that-
one doing the Phantom World.
We're saying One Piece film gold. Would that count as something I'm excited
Yeah,
for?
definitely. Oh, and to adding on to films, the Try movie, the second one is coming out in.
I still
I
gotta
think
watch the
March.
first one.
What?
I haven't
So-
watched First Try.
It came out about the end of November. Actually, I was on a call with Relly about it. We talked about it pretty extensively. We kind of had a few disagreements on some of the characters and some of the plot points, but overall, we both agreed that it was still a good movie.
All right, cool. Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll. I think they've split it into like 4
they
episodes.
split it into 4 episodes, but they didn't do a very good job. So if you're gonna watch it, make sure you marathon everything.
Yeah, that'll be fine. How long is it?
It's like an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
That's easy.
I don't know why they split it up into episodes, honestly, though. Yeah, I don't know. I can't watch Crunchyroll in India, though. So I watch it on some illegal streaming site.
That's fair. You gotta work with what you got.
Yeah. So, you know what? There's also a list on Anime News Network, or I think it was My Anime list, of which companies are the streamers for the 2016 season. None of them are available in India. Not even one. I'm serious. Daisuke, Funimation, Crunchyroll, every single thing is blocked in India. It
Why?
really pisses me off. I don't know. No,
Yes, India's just like it's its own market, and they don't have a local.
There isn't even a damn market. Like literally, the only thing we get from each season is maybe one simulcast. Like
Yeah.
we've. I think
It would
the-
just depend on who gets the distribution rights in India.
Yeah, and a lot of times distribution rights aren't even taken.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like it's
Yeah,
not really.
it's like in the last season. Okay, I actually don't remember what the simulcast for the last season was. I think in 2015 the only simulcasts we had were, there was the K sequel and Charlotte, and maybe what's it called? Parasite, but I didn't watch Parasite or Charlotte. I watched K though. The second season was okay. Have any of you guys seen the first season?
No.
God damn
Yeah.
First season
I
of
didn't
what?
Like
it. Of
it.
K.
No.
No.
No Glass. I tried to get me into it. I watched like 2 episodes, and I like it's cool, and I would like to get to it, but I never really
Yeah. Umne?
stuck to it.
I did watch it. I didn't like it that much.
No, it's understandable. I'm not saying it's like great or anything, but it does look very good. That's the only reason we kept up with it.
Well, okay. Well, for this,
Yeah, go ahead, man.
for the next season, I guess Fairy Tail Zero. That's it.
That's not even its own thing. That's
Yeah,
literally
just
just an arc of the anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
they're
it's
just
exciting.
They're just marketing it differently.
I honestly think they're only adapting it so that way they can end the anime in March again, and it can go on a year break.
Oh, I hope
Interesting. I can.
I
believe
think
that.
that's actually a really good marketing scheme, and I think they should really put it on break.
I
can-
would.
I think
I
a
would've agreed.
literal
You think-
1 year hiatus.
Would you want it to come back with a new studio, or are the same guys okay with you?
No, I'm happy with Bridge. It's just that A1 obviously contracts. I don't know how it works. I'm assuming that A1 pays Bridge to animate it. That's how it works. But A1 probably devotes their money to
Other anime.
yeah,
Because in the
seasonal.
last season they did the light novel adaptation of Asterisk City, some bullshit anime. I don't know. It's based on a light novel.
Yeah, I heard
Most
of shit.
yes, it's the most generic thing I've watched all year. Like I stopped about 4 or 5 episodes in. It just sucked. If you guys want to know about how much it sucks, there's actually a reviewer on anime called Digibro. He has a very extensive set of videos explaining why it sucks. It's like 6 or 7 episodes long.
But
Right, go ahead.
yeah, it's just they put their money into their own animations and whatever they have set aside. So it's not that Bridge is bad. It's just that you can clearly tell when a professional is the lead animator for the episode that week and when it's an intern. You can really tell, like to the point
Would
where
they let
then there's
interns do that?
you know
Got to start
yeah
somewhere.
I've
I wouldn't let an intern start there. Okay.
I some episodes make me think, yeah, I think an intern drew this. So to the point where when there's actual like good animated scenes, I'm left scratching my head, confused, completely confused. Like there was a scene in the Tartarus arc where, like the scene where Gemma shows up again, and then Sting and Rogue fight him. Like that was like that. Like it was only like 30 or 40 seconds, but like that. Like if it could be animated like that all the time, that would be amazing. But unfortunately,
Yeah.
not every studio can be Madhouse, so I guess I just have to
True.
suck it up and deal with it.
The only reason, all right, with Madhouse, the only reason One Punch Man was animated as was it
No,
was
because
that
yeah, actually I read about that. They only had
Yeah.
average money to work with. The people were actually trying their best with that
it was a
series.
passion project.
Yeah,
It was a passion
they
project.
literally loved what they were doing, which is understandable. I know not everybody likes One Punch Man, and I can
Oh
understand
no,
why.
but the animation was fantastic.
Yeah, the animation was fantastic. I mean story wise, I can understand why other people don't like it, but I loved it personally.
I I think Madhouse. Well, Madhouse. It's not just One Punch Man, but Madhouse has always had a reputation for having very well drawn, well animated.
Literally,
Content.
the only thing I can think of that they've not drawn well was or done well in general was Photokano. That's literally the only thing that comes to mind. Everything else has been good from them.
Like look at Death Note. That was like stunning.
Yeah, and it still holds up today. I watched
They've got a really passionate team
Yeah.
of animators, and
I
they're lucky in
watched
that
Death
regard.
Note in July of this year, and it still held up to anything I was watching from the current season of that time. Yeah.
And
I watched a
currently
lot
I'm in
of
the middle
anime
of
this
watching
year, a
Hunter x
lot of
Hunter.
older anime too. This year I watched I watched Sword Art Online and the original Fate Stay Night. Both sucked, but I did watch them is the point. And I
Well, I
watched
thought the first Sword Art Online was pretty
I
okay.
disagree, but it's up to you. It's you're entitled to like it. That's the point. I watched Death Note, which was very good. I watched Code Geass, which was really good. I like that one. Akatsuki no Yona, which Carrot has been raving about. Also, it was good. Uh, what else did I watch? Attack on Titan. That was very good. Um, Angel Beats was overrated as fuck. Okay,
Yeah, I think it's the
everybody
Attack on
fucking
Titan
talks about
anime.
Angel Beats like it's the clan ad of 2011. It's not. Okay, it's fucking not. Okay, the first 7 episodes are terribly written. Okay, I'm going on record saying that the first 7 episodes are terribly written. The last 5 episodes they're fine, but the first 7 suck ass. And
It's funny. Usually, most people say it's the reverse, where like it started strong, and then when
yeah.
the whole plot line with all the shadows developed, is like, oh, that's when it went off the rails.
Yeah, I can agree. I know what you're saying, but for me, like this, it's a kind of a hype thing. That's why my enjoyment was not
Yeah.
that good. But I do admit that the latter half is better than the first half. But I still think that it's overrated, and it's not as good as Clanad. And,
Yeah, and
what?
that's probably affecting your judgment as well with Clannad, because you've got that comparison. Like, I know a similar story that just did it a lot better.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
like when I watched Angel Beats, I was like 14 or something,
Okay.
and that was the first thing of that type of story that I'd watched. Like beforehand, I'd just watched just straight up shonen. That was the first time a real like emotional story had been intended to be told, and I'm like, yeah.
No,
No,
true. I
it'd
do
be
agree
hard.
with what you're saying that the comparison is probably affecting my actual enjoyment. But I think quality wise, as far as actual writing of the series of the characters go, it's just not up to scratch.
No, that's fair.
And I watched Fate Zero, Best of Them All. That's my. I know it's not of this year, but it's best anime of the year for me. Yeah, I really like it. It's not perfect, but I do think it's really good. And it's the
So
best.
you're watching the Fate franchise in production order, right?
Oh yeah, I'm watching in the same order you told me. Next is
All
gonna
right.
be the Unlimited Blade Works.
You like
Unlimited
Unlimited
budget
Blade Works more than Fate Zero, possibly.
That's a high bar, Kuro.
I know, and it is a different type of story, but I don't know. Maybe just animation wise, you'll enjoy it more.
I know. Well, I mean, that's possible. I mean, it came out in like 2014, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, so they've had about
Yeah.
2 or 3 years to perfect it. But I can understand what you're saying. I don't know about quality wise, but I do think, it's, like from what I've
Oh
seen.
no, I think Fate
animation-wise-
Zero is 2009 actually.
What?
Fate Zero is 2009 and
No,
Unlimited
it was
Blade
2011 and 2012.
Okay.
I'm looking at my anime list. It's got the dates on it.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Okay. Yeah, so that's the majority of the anime I watched this year. Mostly good, some shit, but otherwise, yeah.
Next question.
Next question. Okay, actually, I forgot where we were on Fleet's questions. Okay, sorry, Fleet. I think that's the end of yours. Okay, so this is going to be the final set of questions. They come from an anonymous user. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but every once in a while there's an Anon who talks about how much they love the wiki, which we appreciate. If you're listening to this Anon, thank you. This is not the Anon who is in love with MDM, okay? That is a completely different person. I don't know who that is, but whoever that is, please stop. Okay, it's creepy. Just stop. But this Anon is the one who sent questions to us, okay?
And they read all my articles in the
Yeah, I
magazine
think
and
it
loved
might be. It's most probably the same guy who said he was sad that Wrath was leaving the magazine, and also read.
Maybe.
It's the one I messaged you on Skype about this. He said
Yes.
happy birthday to you. Well, it was an advanced happy birthday. He thought we were going to do this in like December, but sorry again, we're late.
Well,
So-
it's belated and it still counts
Yeah.
and it still makes me feel good.
So that's his final message to Wrath is the happy birthday. First question is, what are our birthdays?
February 18.
Yours is April 27th,
Yeah, 1992.
and then One's is August 13th.
Yeah.
Same year.
Oh, you remembered.
I do.
It's in your Skype, dude.
Kuro's is the
Yeah, but
only
he
one I have a
didn't
hard time
look at
remembering.
him.
How do you know he didn't look at it? I'm kidding. Go on.
Good talk.
I'm sorry.
Good talk.
And it's only because I have so many friends that have birthdays like right down the line, like right throughout the middle of February. It's like each day is someone else's birthday, and it's really hard keeping track. So then it's like, well, the 18th was always a day kind of unoccupied until I met Kuro, and now it's like, oh, okay.
Nice.
My friends have birthdays this year.
Don't think
I'm
about
not-
it. Just don't.
I
Ralph
wanna
is
hit
so cute.
I want to hit you
I want to
really hard in the back of the head.
leave you unconscious in the middle of an alley and let Rai have his way with you, and you won't be there to enjoy it.
Oh,
That's very graphic.
I know.
was. Any more questions from this
Yeah.
unknown?
Yeah, there's actually quite a few. His next question is, what do you think of Hikikomori?
Mm.
What?
Hikikomori.
Do you want the Wikipedia page?
Is it
Yes,
a
please.
Yeah,
pulling inward, being confined?
it's basically the Japanese term for otaku.
What do I-
Well, I mean,
That's
you know what I meant.
So what do we think about?
Yeah, what do we think about them, basically?
They have their reasons. Whether they are good or not is for
Like,
them to decide and
you
for
know-
us to judge.
At at the end of the day, it is your choice how you live your life. But yeah.
Okay.
Next question: would you rather have a college degree and livable income, or no college degree but be super rich?
The second one, like that's why you have your degree.
Look at Donald Trump. I mean, he literally bought a college degree. Like literally, he bought an honorary college degree. I mean, it later got taken
Didn't
away.
he
from
graduate
him.
from the Wharton School of Finance when he was like 23?
I don't know.
I thought it
but
was a legitimate graduation, and the Wharton School is one of the best finance schools in the world. So
he did get an honorary college degree from some school though, from some
Even
college.
actors can get the honorary college degrees these days. That's the thing.
Yeah, but then he made the comment about Muslims, and then he got it
Yeah.
taken away.
Well, no, his ratings went up after that comment, surprisingly.
Yeah, over 40% of Republicans support him.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I'm going to move to England.
Mm-hmm. It's a good thing I don't live in America. Sorry, Ross.
People like
It's
to
not a good
mock.
place to be.
So, sorry.
I was just going to say people mock Donald Trump, and rightly so. But I don't think enough people take him seriously enough as a presidential candidate because it's like he's a household name. More people know him just because he's famous.
Sorry. What up? Yeah,
No,
you're right.
I
And
definitely
that's why
Like
think
if he
be
wins the
Republican
party
the
leadership,
Republican nomination. That's the thing. Like everyone's saying, even if he wins that, he will lose to the Democratic nominee.
Yeah, that's going to happen. But he will. Basically, how I look at it is if Donald Trump gets the Republican nomination for president, then whoever the Democrat representative is going to be. Yeah, I fucking hate Hillary Clinton. She's
It's understandable, but even then,
she's a fucking liar. She's
compared
a
to Donald
pathological
Trump,
liar.
I think you would prefer Hillary, right?
Oh, of course I would, but
Yeah.
it doesn't change the fact that she's a scumbag, pathological liar.
Totally, but even then,
People bash Bernie Sanders, but you have to spend money to make money, and then you read the news and you're like, the country we owe the majority of our money to it is a fucking country that right now is having a friggin' the only way to describe it is epidemic with illegal organ trafficking.
did you guys know China repealed the one-child policy?
Yeah.
yeah, that
I
happened
heard
ages
about that.
ago.
No, it happened like a week ago at most.
Oh. I think they bring it back and take it out every now and then. Just depends on
No,
the
actually,
population
the
level.
original exception to the policy was that if the parents are only children, they can have more than one. But now it's just like everybody can have more than one. They
Okay.
completely killed the policy this time.
Wait, just going back to
and
something Brad
you
said.
also have
Brad,
6-year-olds
people
getting their
bash Bernie
40s
Sanders.
Sorry?
Yeah, people bash Bernie
bash-
Sanders. Yeah, because
See,
they're like, oh, if anyone's read an economics textbook, they'll understand that his ideas are impossible. I said, no, the only reason his ideas are impossible is because the healthcare system is completely privatized and it's monotonized. And you look at the pharmaceuticals in the country I'm in right now, I can go to the store and they literally cost like $6 to make, not even purchase, but make. And over in America, it's like $3,000. And it's like, that's not even how much it costs. That's just the marketing. That's it. That's
See,
what it is. It's marketing.
Yeah, that just surprises me because everything I've heard about Bernie has been absolute complete support. Like I've not actually heard a bad thing about him yet. So I think the rest of the world's supporting him.
You know, surprisingly, I have not heard that
Inside
much in
America,
general
it's-
about Bernie Sanders.
There was actually a breach in
Yeah,
there was
someone
a
stole
data
their,
breach, and then
information.
someone in his
Party?
group looked, no, not in his party, but like in
The-
his specific group.
Okay, his campaign funds and his campaign managers.
Yeah, they looked at it and then he fired them, and then like no one has had anything bad to say about Bernie Sanders this entire time. Then Hillary Clinton's campaign just started slamming him. The Democratic Party, the Democrats, they froze his assets, because he's actually not very rich. He actually makes less than like a school official. He makes less than your average superintendent in my country.
Alright, well, that's really disappointing to hear that, like, just the American
Oh, he
system
sued. He threatened. He filed a lawsuit against the Democrat Party, and then they subsequently unfroze his assets because it was unjustified freezing.
This is getting really depressing. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Is manga a book? And which do you prefer, manga, graphic novels, comic books, or light novels?
It's in the New York Times bestseller for books. So
In a very literal sense, manga qualifies as books. Which do I prefer? It's not. I don't have a preference about the format really. I just care about the story and the art. If art is an issue, like if it's like a written novel, then there won't be any art. That's fine. But art and story are what I care about. I don't really care about the graphic novel formatting or the comic book or the manga volume or whatever. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with quality. Sometimes I might just prefer a manga over like a bit of literature just because it's an easier read. I don't want to go through hundreds of pages of just plain text. I'm a very visual person. That's why I like Fairy Tail a lot because it looks cool. But some light novels though. Have I told you guys what happened with Dan Machi?
No, I don't think so. What was it?
The one where it's like, is it wrong to pick up girls in
Yeah,
a
I
dungeon?
know what it is, but what happened with
Yeah.
it?
I really enjoyed the anime. I really did like the anime. It was another like fun little casual fantasy series. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll pick up the light novels because they were being released around the same time.
Okay.
And suddenly, just stick to the anime. Don't read the light novels. It's in first person to start with. You're in first person for a 14-year-old boy who, idolizes women.
Damn.
It's I'm glad they never had like internal monologues for Bell in the anime because the things that went through his head. Oh no, no.
That's creepy.
It's not. It's not. It's. I don't think it's creepy because that's just what a young kid does. He's not.
Right,
He's not like.
sure. But
He's
how
not
far
perving or
does it
anything.
go?
No, he's not perving. It's just like, it's that kind of like just immature
Oh.
mindset. Like it's just you're being sent back to your teenage years. Like, yeah, that kind of stuff was stupid. But I'm like older and mature now. I know that better, so I don't like being literally put in the mind of someone that age. It was
You have an answer for the question?
Stick down.
Well, I have another question. Is it wrong to pick up girls in the dungeon?
Why do you
Nope.
care? You don't pick up girls anywhere.
Well,
As long as it's consensual.
Okay, there we go. That's the answer. So.
And consensual means they actually say yes. They don't go, maybe, or they nod their head. There has to be like verbal communication.
Exactly, kids. Listen to Wrath.
Counter question: have you ever been picked up in a dungeon?
Oh, that's personal.
I think he's been put in a dungeon.
Dungeon comes after the pickup.
That goes without saying that he's been there probably a few times too.
See, because the question was, is it okay to pick up?
Which do you prefer, manga, graphic novels, comic books, novels, or light novels?
Oh, all actually, because I really like art.
Okay. Novels don't really have art in them except for the.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear the novels part, but okay, yeah, I like everything that's arty.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has a series ever taught you life lessons or made you emotional?
No. Yes.
Yes.
What the fuck, Umne?
I was gonna say just taught me anything. I'm like no, and then you said emotional.
Has it taught you
like,
life lessons or made you emotional?
I mean, yeah, it taught me life lessons. Did I adhere to those lessons and apply them to myself? Fuck no, I didn't. But I learned stuff.
That's made me emotional.
Did I get emotional? Yeah, because like you read these things, and I mean, like in my manga is fantasy, and sometimes it's not always like the situations surrounding them, like the events or things that you can
totally. But it's like if the characters feel real enough to you, then you will start to like them, and then you care about what happens to them is a thing. That's why a lot of anime like Clannad, and that's why I understand like a lot of people like Angel Beats because the characters speak to them. They don't really do that to me, but it does happen to me with like Clannad or you know what I'm there's a scene in Rave Master around the Mermaid Peril arc. I think Wrath will know what I'm talking about.
Probably.
But there was a scene there that I really loved, and after that I stopped reading for like a day or two to just let it settle in.
Like, I won't lie to you, like, I got so into Raven Master, and I got so invested, like, especially in the character of Sieghart, and that when he, like...
Yeah, when he did his thing.
When he did his thing, and, when Hiro Mishima actually handled the concepts of time travel properly, I cried. I did. I had to stop for a couple minutes, I had to let it out, and I cried because that was actually the most touching thing I've ever read in a manga ever.
Totally understandable. I didn't feel that way about that particular scenario, but I can understand why someone.
And then like the
because
one right after
it was set up really well too. He actually prepared for that. There was proper foreshadowing. The characters were done properly. It looked good visually, and it made sense logically.
Yeah, like completely logically. Like there's a whole like literal principle that supports exactly what happened.
Yeah, and it fits with all the characters too. And especially with what happens afterwards, when all the knowledge has come to the surface, when we know what has come to fact, what the scenario is, it feels good. I mean, if like, oh god, that train. Okay, moving on. Good scene. Next question: if you were to create your own manga, would you rather be the author, the writer, or the artist, or both?
Both, because I can do both.
I would be the writer because I can't draw for shit.
I'm actually quite accomplished as an artist, and I feel good about myself.
I would do writing, not because I can't draw. I just would rather focus on one, because manga is a time-consuming thing to produce.
Definitely.
So I'd much rather entrust someone who can focus on drawing full time, and I'll do the writing full time.
I agree with that. A lot of good manga have separate artists and separate writers, and it doesn't really affect the quality issue because if you guys can work together properly, you'll be able to
Yeah.
produce a good product.
I mean, look
And
at
that's something else
Oba
I
and
enjoy.
Obata.
Yeah, like look at Shokugeki no Soma or well, I
Death
don't
Note.
what
Death Note
Death
was
Note,
written
Death
Bakuman,
Note.
by different
Platinum
people.
End.
Have you guys
So
read
much.
Platinum End?
Yes,
No.
I've read.
I've read
I've seen you guys hyping it, but I'm like, I'll
Well,
leave it
it's
till
only a
I'm
couple
not gonna.
chapters.
I'm not gonna
There's
more
hype
of it.
it. I'm not gonna hype it. It's not perfect. It definitely has some glaring issues, but I do think it can be really good over time.
I
That's
think
how-
it's
that's
too
what I'm gonna
early
say.
on in the series to like
Yeah,
accurately
definitely.
hype it.
I'm not gonna.
And those
You know,
those but like those I
but like we know
recognize
who's
those are
well,
the
we know who's
issues too.
behind it, and we
Yeah,
know. Like,
and it's clearly going to be like a shorter
yeah,
series too.
yeah, most probably. Like Death Note, for his Death Note, for as decent as Death Note was, it was definitely dragged on a little.
Mm. And I
Um,
mean, there was even a nod to Death Note in Bakuman at the very end
I
when they
haven't read
made their.
Bakuman, so I
Oh
don't.
well. The whole point is that they want to be manga authors, and at the very end they make this fantastic series that Shonen Jump wants them to keep producing,
Yeah.
and then ultimately what happens is the two main protagonists say, no, we want to end it on our terms, and then they do, and it was only like I think it was only like 40 or 50 chapters like in the story, like the manga they made, and that's kind of like a nod to Death Note, how they made a manga that was like just barely over 2 years long, and it was
Yeah.
literally like a cult
That's how it
financial.
was. I think Death Note was actually 108 chapters
It
because
was.
108 is actually a significant number in Buddhism. So they tried to extend the series to that extent, but according to a friend of mine who read the manga, I haven't read the manga, I only watched the anime, but
I
according to a friend
have
of mine
done
who read
both.
the manga, he said it really dragged on in the manga
Yeah,
because
I
they
read it in
wanted to have
volume
that
form.
specific number.
I read it in volume form, so it was a little easier to process.
Okay, maybe. Um, okay, so Umne, did you answer?
No, but I would like to do a bit of both and also incorporate help from others because I don't want to do both completely. But yeah, a little bit of both would be great because I don't want to be
So
just in
assistance.
charge of the art, but yeah.
Like how authors draw, like the characters and then they make their assistants do backgrounds,
I
that
think I
stuff.
would like to be in charge of both. Like I would make the final decisions on the art, but I would like to have somebody else actually do the art for me because I don't have any drawing talent.
Hmm.
I would just rather be the I would just write. I would rather do the writing. Just set up my concepts, build my world, pace properly, theorize, plan. That's my skill.
I make my men more gorgeous than God Serena.
Kelly.
Mm.
Okay, so actually that's the end of his questions. He has a few quick messages. One is to Carrot saying that she should watch or read One Piece. To quote him, "I'm sure you will love the philosophy and the many things you can theorize. I recommend the anime because of the OSTs. The series is really full of feels." Yeah, I'm not gonna recommend the anime because it drags like hell. I'm gonna suggest
I'd,
the
I'd
manga, but
recommend I'd recommend the anime up until the time skip, then absolutely switch to the manga.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to recommend the anime. I'm just going to say go with the manga, but watch the anime for certain things that you like in the manga. Like if you want to see a fight scene in sequence in action, go check out the anime for that after you've read the manga version. But it's over 800 chapters, so I'm pretty sure she's never going to read it. And again, the happy birthday thing to Wrath, and thank you for answering my questions. I love you all. Sincerely, the Anon excited for this podcast.
Well, I love
You
you
too.
too, sir.
I don't know who you are, Anon, but we love you too.
I think I know who it is.
So it's just a reminder now that I've literally been up with no sleep for a very long time.
Oh.
Should we end this, or do you guys want to talk about anything more?
Well, we're
So
pushing
was that all
2
the
hours now.
questions?
Actually, that was the last question. Yeah, I wanted to save the Anons for last. I like
Okay.
his questions were unique.
It's very rare.
Yeah.
Well, unless you guys want to touch on like just where Fairy Tail is at right now, it's
Well, as I
I
said,
find
I
this
don't know
art.
what I don't know the details behind Fairy Tail right now. I only
yeah,
just
it's
stopped
not.
at the Tartarus arc. Like like what I was doing for the manga is the magazine is I read up to the current episode in the manga, then I continued with the anime to close it off. It sucked, but yeah.
I think the manga right now
Is
is
there
very
any
good.
spin-off coming out?
No,
No. Okay.
Yeah, Road
no,
Knight, but it's not official.
no.
It's a
It's not a.
spin-off.
No, it's
It's
a,
not a.
Road Knight's a spin-off. It's not even. It's not even Road Knight. It's
Oh,
literally the spin-off is Fairy Tail Gaiden, and Road Knight is the name of the arc. It's literally it's a continuation of the Twin
Yeah,
Dragons
that's what I
Saber.
meant. It's no. Did I just? Okay, I don't know the right
I
word for
asked
it,
for
but
spin-offs. Is there any?
it's
The
called
only
Road
one
Knight though.
the only one that's ongoing is the Rhodonite arc of Fairy Tail Gaiden.
Yeah.
So what happened to
Oh
like
no.
Blue Mistral and Fairy Girls and all that stuff?
Blue
Uh,
Minstrel ended. Fairy Girls is ending.
I'm collecting Fairy Girls. It's cool. Another art style I like.
that's
The art
cute.
style was okay. I just couldn't get
Um,
over that pedal bear thing.
I
Better
mean,
Bear.
Ice
The
Trail,
one
You know what
Judy
I'm
Rise,
talking about, right?
Ice Crap.
Was it in the first volume?
Yeah, it was in the first. I think it was like chapter 3.
I
I don't
remember
remember it.
Julia
Hang
Pops
on.
the Bear.
Let me just pick it out now.
I could check it out.
Right.
Ice Trail's over. Fairy Tail
Um,
Zero's obviously
but
over.
it's actually called Road Knight. If you read the newest chapter, you'll understand why.
Yeah, it is Rhodonite. It's named after the drug.
Yeah.
Oh, the bear! Oh, I
Yeah, that's
remember
what I
him.
said. Pedal bear.
But they're all like, you know, he makes them love him.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't
Uh,
work.
Well, it worked for 3 of them, not for the other one. No spoilers, but
The
yeah.
titular character.
What do you mean titular character? It's called Fairy
Shh, no
Girls.
spoilers, no spoilers.
That's not spoiler, you
You're
idiot.
spoiling.
No, it's not. What's wrong with you?
It's a titular character.
Shut up.
That was a rhetorical question followed up by a stereotypical retort.
Oh, we're so predictable now.
No, just you.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Yes,
I'm
you
not.
are.
Yes,
You
you
have
are.
not
Okay, what am I
changed in
thinking
2
of
years.
right now?
Probably Sex, Rye, or some other guy on the wiki, or maybe The Rock.
The
Two of
Rock.
you.
You're thinking of actually how good my beard looks.
I want to see your beard.
You've seen my beard.
Wrath,
I-
you look like a buff version of that kid from High School Musical.
I
Zac
think-
Zac
Efron.
Efron.
I
Yeah,
think so.
I look like
Yeah,
Zac
that's his name.
Efron done
You look like a
right.
buff version of him. I saw
But
your.
Zac Efron's buff now.
I saw. I don't know how
What's that
buff Zac
story of my
Efron is
niece?
now. I just saw Wrath's Snapchat photo last night. That's what he looks like.
Yeah, that was my niece. She's so adorable.
Oh. Well, I guess that's all we have to talk about.
Except that the manga right now is very, very good.
Well, I hope you people enjoyed this little reunion. I know I did. Just to let you know, this was very hard to arrange. That's why it took like a month and a half.
That's also why we said
Roughly,
fuck
yeah.
it to the plan.
Sorry?
It's also why we really just didn't kind of come up with a plan or anything because, well, we've kind of come this far.
Yeah, it's hard. Um, okay, so that was the end of the 2015 2 days back. Did you guys do anything for New Year's?
I have
Streamed
the
Viva
flu.
Pinata until 3 a.m.
You what?
Streamed Viva Pinata until 3 a.m.
Okay, Umne?
I drank. I don't remember the rest.
Wrath?
I mostly stayed in bed because I'm positively ill.
I
Aw.
see. I was up all night masturbating, basically.
Good job.
You know what? So was I, but I was in bed with the flu, so it's okay. It
I
gave
feel
me
like
an
it's
excuse.
so much harder to do that when you're sick. I'm not gonna lie. I know that's disgusting.
Lose stamina.
Yeah, okay, moving on.
An insight into my daily life. Welcome.
Just keep sending us Snapchats for that. I think you're sending us plenty of information for your daily life.
Oh my god. I wish I sent Snapchats of my other niece. Oh,
It's not too
she's
late.
just a little baby.
Is it too late?
She's...
What? Guys?
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, what happened there just now?
Brass was just talking about his niece.
Okay, I thought the connection broke. I was about to end it because I thought
No,
we would lose everything.
It's just
God, I
my
hope this
sister
recording-
lives quite a ways away from where I am currently, and I didn't
Uh.
take any pictures while she was here because I was in bed and I didn't want to get the baby sick.
Thanks for listening to the podcast, guys.
Thank you for listening, and we will see you again in a few years. Maybe. I
She's
don't,
British and adorable.
will we do another reunion in a couple years? I don't know.
You know, if I'm
Sure,
still
why not?
alive,
Oh yeah, that's true. Wrath has to be there.
Well, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year 2016. Hashtag everything is awesome. Hashtag Rye, you're a gigantic loser. What else do we want to hashtag?
I don't know
Me.
what's sexual
You and
lobsters Twitter. I don't
Okay,
know.
we'll work on the hashtagging later.
Well,
For now,
people
guys.
use
Sorry?
974. What is it?
Huh?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of Fernando's Twitter.
Fernando.
It's an Australian thing. I don't think you guys watch it. I know Kuro does.
I've never heard of it. Um,
Anyway, that's all.
yeah, we should end this. Okay. Message us anytime, guys. We enjoyed talking to you. Somebody else close this. I can't do this.
Bye, guys. We'll see you next time on the Fairy Tale Podcast.
Actually,
No,
Love
well,
you.
this is the last one.
Yeah,
Oh.
Reunion
this
series.
isn't
Reboot.
Okay, well, you could contact us on, our talk pages or our Skypes, whatever. We'll be around. I don't edit as much, but I'll still talk. I don't know about you guys.
No, I'll talk to anybody too.
Yeah.
Or message us on Twitter because we
I
got that.
guarantee nothing. Yeah, we all do that though.
Wrath, we need to post this on Twitter when I upload the YouTube video.
Yeah, okay, I'll actually do that because you can't depend on Rye for
I
anything
can't
either.
depend on Rye again. Fuck you for not doing it last night. Okay, I think that's enough insulting Rye. Is it enough
See you
insulting
guys
Rye?
when we.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Okay.
Basically, see you guys whenever.
See you guys whenever, and till then, goodbye.